Hey, Christmas. Good to see you. First one here. Here we go. Marina's struggling. I went to this new grocery store that has like all food that's about to expire, and it's all like my favorite foods, like Pocky. Apparently, these people don't like almond Pocky. Hey, Lala. Irina's struggling. I love this song. Irina. Do we wait? Are we patient here? I cannot get over how good that misdirect is. Hockey. It's like the yo Lala. That's a cool way to do. That's a hard way to do it too. The super qualifiers are brutal. Yes. So this Saturday we're doing Peasant Cube. It's free, and then right after Peasant Cube, I'll play in the Open. Kind of hyped for it. Of course, it's all dependent on arena functioning. Hang tight. Try running the installer. That's a good feeling, Lala. Good job. All right. Well, as long as we're here, I have been meaning to take a look at the Final Fantasy previews. All right. So town is just a type of dual land. Wait. In booster. Wow, that's all we know is in boosters already. Okay. How about Commander? Draw 3 cards, put 2 cards from your hand on top of your library. Oh, it's Brainstorm. All right, we'll just look at the previews, I guess. Choco, Seeker of Paradise. Landfall gets +1/+0. Bird Lord, okay. Whenever one or more birds you control attack, look at that many cards on the top of your library. You may put one of them into your hand and then put any number of land cards among them onto the battlefield tapped. All right, it looks like it was just a failure to update. That's so cool, Lala. Good job. I found that MTGO is an extra barrier for me. Freya Crescent. 1 mana, 1/1 legendary creature is a big deal. Like, this is all I was missing for Bard class. But we would need to make equipment relevant. Maybe there's going to be a Naya Bard class, like with Mabel. Vivi. 0 add X mana of any combination of blue or red, where X is its power. Activate only during your turn and only once each turn. Okay, so it makes no mana until you cast a spell. That's very good. Vivi's very strong. Samurai's Katana. Well, we'll just go these. 2 mana 2/2 when it dies, make a treasure token. Oh, we're back. Let's get this going while people arrive. Okay, I do have a 6 and 2 quick draft going, so we'll do this and then we'll do a fresh draft. Okay, that's right. This one's all dragons. It's just classic Team of Dragons. Pretty light red splash for Eshki. Because this is only blue. Eshki, Zergo's Vanguard, and Molten Exhale to splash. Alright, let's run it. I need water. Okay. I got some pretzel snacks. And I'll probably have to answer some cards later. It's basically a 6-land hand. I'm kind of okay with that. It's a proactive and somewhat rampy 6-land hand. It's a good 6-land hand, I should say. We want Swiftwater Cliffs first, so then we can forest. We got some Harmonized spells. Why can't I open my pretzels? My pretzels. That's always scary when you keep a slow hand. You're so good. I'm gonna go ahead and decline because I don't need a forest and I would like to block this effigy. Wish that I knew what makes you think I'm so special. I need to go get my Caesars. I want the globe down just so I can Stormbrood. So the way that most of the red-white decks play is, yes, these 2 drops add up pretty fast. But what they want to do is flood the board with as many relatively similar creatures as possible. And then they need a way to turn them all relevant. So there's lots of good ways to do that, especially in Mardu. But like Duty Beyond Death or... really anything that worth a lot of bodies. I think I'm most interested right now in thinning out this deck a bit. So I'm going to Temur Monument. Go get an island. Yeah. Then Evolving Wilds to go get a mountain. Hold up the Dispelling Exhale and pass. A 2/2 makes otherwise very weak hands palatable. Scissors acquired. Honey mustard pretzel bites acquired. Sorry. I needed one. I'll just exhale that. That one just lets them kind of burn me out over time. They're not willing to make that trade. We'll play the Thornwood Falls and pass, and then try and get a block off with a 5/4 Stormbrood. It's a 5/4 because of my globe. And then we just make a 6/6 and hope that our size is enough. We have a lot of live draws as well. Nice. We're gonna block here and here. They don't want to trade at all. They don't even want to give me the opportunity to trade. We're just gonna numb that. A 5-4 flash is a real body. That's solid. I think I'm getting him for 5. I'm not gonna hold back the exhale though. We have them on a 4-turn clock with this storm. If we're stable against red-white, then winning the race, then we're in great shape. If they just have a couple good removal spells, we'll lose. I have to kill that. I can wait to kill it. I can flash in both of these. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 for the wildling, 1, 2 for the exhale. If I swing here, they just jump with the spirit. I'm gonna let this attack, which is a little bit risky. Looks like a duty beyond death. Because they can pump this to 4 power, then sack a creature. Could be a coordinated barrage. I think you're right. I think that's why it's not. But if I can survive this turn and they do have a duty, they only need 1 creature back. So maybe it's just because it would eat the pack beasts. That's fine. I'll flash in a wildling. 4/4 from the globe. Also, hey Theo. Go to blocks. 4/4 here. 2/2 here. And that's it for blocks. I'll probably kill the pack beast. It just makes it really tough for them to race. Hey, I have a dragon. See? It's right there. Don't you see? I don't have to hold a dragon because I have a storm brute. Yeah, I've got 9 in the air from there. I would have played it out, but... Alright. It's a good start. Ah, damn it, I didn't get a screenshot. I do really like Teamer Dragons. I mean, they can just top deck a lethal spell from there if they build their deck right. Oh wait, I would like Premier Draft, please. All right, let's go. Okay, these are the problem. These are way too good. So there's this grocery store near where I live called Esch's. They get all of the like defective produce and stuff that's about to expire. It's very cheap. And that's how I learned that all the foods that I love are only loved by me. Like, it's great for me because apparently I like the honey mustard flavors. I'm the only person who likes the honey mustard flavors of everything. So all my food, all the foods of choice are just cheap now. Sure thing, Lala. Ooh, what are we feeling? That's what Etches is. I thought I had a bunch of them discontinued. So like all these sauces that I love to cook with, I thought they were discontinued, but they're all at Etches for 25 cents instead of $8. I think it's just all out of salt. The card is so good. Like, you can make a good argument for Rally of the Monastery because these are very similar cards, but Rally is more flexible, goes into more decks. And Kish the Skimmer is also a pretty good first pick. It's just worth building around. I'm gonna build it. I want to see if I can build the pool, and we'll see what it looks like, Lala. So after this draft, I'll take a look very happily. All right, we'll take the all-out assault. I think Skimmer or Rally would both be pretty good, but all-out assault has been really fun to build around, whether I'm red-white or black-white. I just like this card. Probably a sharpshooter. One sec. If I hadn't just taken an all-out assault, I'd probably be taking the botanist here. Botanist is a better card. But let's be an aggro deck. I haven't actually been aggro in a while. Let's make it happen. Yeah, I think I'm going with the sharpshooter. But Velcage is good. Ancestor's kind of like, it takes a lot of mobilized cards, which I just don't have yet. Right. 20-minute, like, build time is a real thing. Like, that's what I always tell people when people ask me, how do you prep for an event like that? I say you practice building. Like, your play skill is there, but you have limited time. I think it's between Codis and Devotee. I normally wouldn't take the Devotee, but it's been so hard for me to find them. But, I mean, Codis is more of a build around. Let's take the Devotee. We'll commit a bit. This puts us on solidly red-white with a black splash. We'll pivot pretty hard if we keep getting fed Sultai cards like this, though. I'm prepared to pivot. Devotee's been really hard to get lately, and I'll play a lot of them. Ooh. Shock Brigade or Caustic Exhale. I think it's going to be the Caustic Exhale, but it's pretty close. We really want Shock Brigade in this deck. But it looks like black is really open. So, in terms of like draft path, there's a good chance that what we end up doing this draft is picking up more black cards, leaning harder into black, being more of a black-white deck with a little bit of red. And then, in the event things go wrong and we keep getting fed these good Sultai cards, we can pivot to Sultai and we'll still have some good removal, some good cards. We won't be giving up all our picks. Like, it's still too early to say Sultai is open. I mean, Pack Beast remains very good. I decide how committed I want to be. Because great Sultai card, great Mardu card. We'll take the Pack Beast. Mardu Monument versus the Reigning Victor is tough. We're gonna go and take the Mardu Monument over the land too. I think this is one of the best monuments because the 3/1/1s are so valuable. We're hoping to get the Reigning Victor back. This is a good enough pack that it will happen as long as... Let's see, what's missing? White cards are missing. This deck is hot. Oh, my deck is, but I was talking about Lala's deck. We're on pick 7. There's still a synchronized charge and a bivouac. Am I willing to hard pivot, give up a lot of these cards? We could be black-white double splash with synchronized charge. Or we could just take the coordinated maneuver. So we're doing charge and barons. I'm going to take the charge. Senta. Zia. Oh, beautiful. Yeah, Nightshade Brigade, Twin Bolts, Highlands are all solid. But Nightblade Brigade is a card that this deck actively wants. This deck won't work yet. We might have to go full Abzan. Hi, puppy. Wow. Every single person at the table saw this Kishless Skimmer. We might be giving up 5 picks here. The hard pivot into Sultai pick 9. We're giving up a Rebellious Strike to make that, to entertain that idea. Hey, Farquad. Leopard is a minor loss. Ancestor is a solid card. And then we're taking the Whisper. Very awkward, right? But that's what the signals are saying. It's possible that this person just AFK. Green-black land over Riverwalk technique. Yeah, but like if you find the open lane in this format, it's harder to identify the open lane, but and maybe this is just a coincidence. But we just get past all the good blue-green and green-black cards. Which is looking like it might happen. Red, like white's been cut completely. White is kind of off the table now. But we found our lane. Very proud of that pivot. Ooh, okay, we are splashing white for revival. Sultai with the plains. Otherwise, Sage of the Fang would be the pick here. This is not a good pack. Shocking Sharpshooter is actively good, though. We might be just Abzan. We're only losing the Skimmer and the Whisper. Take Rally here. Ooh, Caustic Exhale or Alchemist Assistant? I think I'd rather Alchemist Assistant with what we have, but it's pretty close. This is what we're missing. And then Pummeler or Battle Priest. I don't think... So Exhale's generally a better card, Craig. But removal is harder to find in this or is easier to find in this format than stabilizing 2-drops. Am I willing to be the Greedy Splash and Molten Exhale? I think I want the Battle Priest over the Pummeler, but it's pretty close. I could also Molten Exhale here. Red is flowing in this direction, but we know that it won't flow in pack 3. Am I moving back into blue for a Sibsig Appraiser? Or just taking the Dawnbreaker for its flexibility? So Brigade is probably the better card, but it has already tabled. I think it's going to be the Dawnbreaker. I'm considering this Corroding Dragonstorm. Red cards will only be coming in this direction. Severance. So we found in pack 1, Craig, that white is partially cut. Red is hard cut. We first picked this all out assault, and the red cards just stopped. Like pick 2 is the shocking sharpshooter. And so some red is coming this way, but not nearly enough. Yes. Ooh. I'm being punished here. Yeah, sorry. You're generally right. Power-wise, you're right. The only reason we passed the exhale is because I'm expecting some removal. But like the Alchemist Assistant is good better if we end up soul tie. But we'll take the Armored Dragon. Pick 7 Armored Dragon means we found our lane. Shock Brigade was pick 4. I would have had to take the Shock Brigade pick 4, Theo. Which I might do. Backwater lets me put the Skimmer back in. That's not quite worth it. It also lets me hedge. This is a deck that wants 5 removal spells. We can make do with a little less removal because of our big swings. Let's pick up a Coordinated Maneuver. Green-white. Tempting, but green-white. I also actually really like Lightfoot Technique in this style of deck. Just being able to hit for 5 off of Envoy or Pack Beast is nice. You don't need as much hard card advantage in Abzan specifically because of Pack Beast and Envoy. This is our chopping block. I might end up splashing the Sharpshooter in the Monument. Yes. That's all good points. I really don't want to be on a deck that has to play the Sun Shield. We can play the Sentinel. Like, Legacy's playable. We're going to take the Sentinel. No, we'll take the Messenger. So I'm not going to play the Messenger unless I get something like a Jeskai Revelation. Assault is splashable. It's a pretty easy splash. I would like a few duels, but like it's on the table. Artisan. Green is a little cut. I like 1 Heritage Reclamation, and I'll take 1 Dragonback Lancer. Like, the problem with Dragonback Lancer, like, hey, Shantarine. So Dragonback Lancer is not a bad card, but you have to think of what you want your 4-drops to do. And in this deck, in this color combination, is always going to be competing with Salt Road Pack Beast, Trade Route Envoy, and other the 3/3 Blood Artists. Like, the competition is fierce. Crocodile, I'm not going to end up playing unless I have the Leaves Graveyard effects or a lot of self-mill. But I really like it if I've got like 3 Aeonach Wayfarers. We're basically black-white, and I think I can be black-white double splashing red and green if I get the lands for it. Our green splash is pretty easy, and I will splash every green card we have right now. Traded Envoy, Revival, Armament Dragon, Charge. I will splash all the green cards we have right now. I won't splash Sharpshooter unless I get something else that produces a lot of bodies. Psytech, thank you so much for the follow. I really appreciate that. So like we're at a crossroads of a lot of different things, but in terms of like our raw power is there. It's not likely we run the Intimidator, but it could happen. So I would like to splash the Assault. It depends on how green I end up. How greedy do I feel today? I would. If Anafenza weren't in this pack, I would be trying to splash the Shiho. I had to think about it, Ranger, okay? Don't judge me. It's a mythic dragon, okay? I had to think about it. Yes, Anafenza makes this deck better. They're gonna die for our wake. That's honestly how I drafted this set. Yeah. I draft this set that way more often than not. Alright, so first, in a pack like this, first removal check. Do I have enough removal to function? Yes. 4 is enough to function. It's not ideal, but your deck will work. Especially if you have other ways to survive or like pseudo removal. I could really use some bodies. Does Conqueror hurt us at all? If not, it's the best dragon at 3 mana. It's the only dragon at 3 mana, but it's great to have a dragon at 3 mana, especially with like 1 Corroding Dragonstorm. And a few pump spells. Host is really good, but my 4s are already like very good. It's a lot better than Lancer, but not enough to take the Clarion Conqueror over it, especially when I need cheaper creatures. I need 2s and 3s right now. Relic or Death Gorger? I think it's going to be the Relic because it lets me splash this all-out assault a little better. Or Evolving Wilds. I think I actually need the Evolving Wilds more than the Relic here. It's fixing is the answer. It's between Relic and Evolving Wilds. This is greedier, but I love it. I love this card. But it should definitely be the Evolving Wilds. You'll notice that I go from greedy to correct over time. Ooh, Champion I love. Dragonclaw Strike I love. The Bloodfell Cave lets me splash an all-out assault, but I am really hurting for early plays. So it's either Champion of Dusan or Abzan Devotee. Oh, this is why it's good to know how much removal you need in your deck. Like, the Osseous Exhale is removal. It's not the best removal, but when you really need removal, you have to take it. So know how much you need and compare it to how much you have. I would like another removal spell, but not as much as I need a 2-drop, especially one that fixes. Sultai Devotee. I really love these Death Touchers. Or Nightblade Brigade. What do I have that works with the Brigade? I've got a 1-Pack Beast. All-out Assault. Okay, that's a really good question, Coupon, and let's have a breakdown of that after this. So we'll talk about it. I think this is where if I were a better content creator, we would just have a whole video. But y'all are gonna have to just let me finish this draft and put up with my normal explanation. Skirmish is great removal here. Monument. I think it's actually the Highlands. We're at 4, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 creatures. It's barely enough. Yes, well, this will be a presentation. Let's have this conversation. I'm gonna play the all-out assault. We're gonna take the Highlands. Citadel. Oh, that's what we get for finding our lane. Yes. All right, this is a question. Let's take 10 minutes. We'll finish this draft because that's something that I talk about in bits and pieces a lot. This is a great merchant deck. Champion. I want one champion in every Abzan deck and most green decks. Some green decks want a lot more than that, but I'm taking it over this worthy cost. See? That's why I stream, you know? I ADHD way too hard if I'm not live. Earth Carver probably doesn't make the cut. Yeah, we got another champion. Ooh. Can kind of use this bargain though. 30, 25. I'm gonna take the bargain. This is a really good deck for it. All right, let me think for a second. All right, I'm gonna try and keep this 7 minutes. Let's do 7 minutes. How much removal do you need in your Tarkir deck? But we'll try and apply to other things. All right, we'll do the cuts. All right, so questions to ask. How much removal do you need? We'll talk about it. It's going to be close. All right. So you may remember when we did the set review and I said removal is bad. And when I say removal is bad, that doesn't mean you don't play removal. You have to have removal. Every deck needs removal. So when I say removal is bad, Cards like this Dragon Spray. This Dragon Spray is bad, right? This is a bad card in this set. It doesn't feel like a bad card in this set, but it is. You were right to run it, Lala. Caustic Exhale is better. Piercing Exhale is better still. Glacial Dragon Hunt is bad. Strategic Betrayal is situational. I don't mind main decking it, but it is situational. Twin Moss Stormbrood is one of the best cards in the set. When a creature, let's look at your creatures. So, Twin Moss Stormbrood gains 5 life. Undergrowth Leopard kills something. It's usually going to be a monument. Trawlers picks up an instant or sorcery when it comes in. Devotee is a 2-mana Death Toucher. So this deck by the way, just qualified. This was a very good sealed pull from Lala. Warden of the Grove, Eshki, Fangkeeper's Familiar, Karakit, Guardian, Army Dragon, Sonic Shrieker. This is a deck that just did very well in sealed. Now, let's say I have a Dragon Spray. Deal 3 mana, kill a creature. Okay, this is the card in my hand. What percentage of the creatures in this deck am I happy to fire a Dragon Spray at? Is it the Tawny back that just drew a card? Is it the Armament Dragon that left 3, likely 2 counters behind? Is it the Sonic Shrieker that already gained 2 life and made me discard a card? Is it the Karakit Guardian that currently has Hexproof? Is the Eshki that already dealt 6 damage and drew a card? Is it the Fangkeeper's Familiar that already killed a creature? Is it the Warden of the Grove that already put 3 counters on things or made 3 1/1s? Is it the Kishla Trawlers that already picked up an instant or sorcery? The Undergrowth Leopard that already hit an artifact or enchantment? Or the Stormbrood that already gained me 5 life when it came into play? It might be the Temur Monument token that already got me a land, or half the Sultai Monument token that already got me a land, or half the Jeskai Monument tokens that already got me a land. So 2 out of the 15, 16, 17 sources of creatures are things that I am happy, that I feel like I'm winning when I fire the Dragon Spray at it. Me too, Beard. So removal is bad in this set. Clearly, you need removal still, but removal has a different purpose. You don't get to play a Winter Night Stories and 10 removal spells and have that win you the game. So removal, the number of spells you want to play in your deck, is a function of 3 factors. There's more, but 3 main factors. What do I lose to? How do I win? And when do I have time to cast this spell? So I skip steps when I go through this. I'm really sorry. I try not to, but it ends up being a lot. Let's look at my deck. What are the factors at play? We got to look back at our questions. What do I lose to? How do I win? When do I have time to cast this spell? You know what? Let's do it like this. I'm bad at typing. We're just going to talk about it. All right. This is a good deck. We're going to take this out for now. It just makes things a little easier. How do I win? I usually win in the air or just running them over. I have 2 good ways to gain some life. So earlier, I can. I should. I can. I'm sorry. I'm bad at the content creation part. Okay, so earlier you saw me take an Alchemist Assistant over Caustic Exhale, and you're not wrong that Caustic Exhale was probably the better card generally and in a vacuum. Kills a creature, it's a good trick, it's 1 mana. Alchemist Assistant adjusts the answers to some of these questions. It adjusts the when do I have time to cast this spell and what do I lose to. So Caustic Exhale is a more flexible card. You play it in most decks, you play it against most decks. I took the Alchemist Assistant because I was missing 2s. When I have no 2-drops, or when I don't, like, at the time I had 0 2-drops. And I had 1 Mardu Devotee. So when I don't have those cards, the answer to what do I lose to is very aggressive decks. And in Tarkir, the very aggressive decks are the ones that put out multiple bodies. Their 2-drops are most likely a 2-mana 1/2 that makes another 1/1. Like, I don't want to exhale that. But I do like having an Alchemist Assistant, especially when I can grow it. Specifically, I took the Alchemist Assistant over the Caustic Exhale because I had Revival of the Ancestors. And this is some, I want to max out the creatures that come down before it. So, next question. When do I have time to cast this spell? There's a tendency. The number one thing I think you can do to draft Tarkir better is pick your removal spells consciously. Like, you saw me snap up that Salt Road Skirmish. I was really excited to take that. It works well with our... Where are you? Salt Road Pack Beasts. It works well with all of our token generators. There's something you might hear the other content creators say sometimes. When you're fast enough, a pump spell is a removal spell. If I'm attacking enough, Giant Growth is a removal spell. It kills a blocker. But that only accounts when I'm forcing my opponents to block. Synchronized Charge is a little different. That's a sorcery. Where's the rest of my spells? Kintry Severance. All right. Coordinated, like, not every deck gets to use Coordinated Maneuver equally. I see a lot of control decks playing Stormplane Detainment. That's the Oblivion Ring. 3-mana exile a creature, and they'll get it back eventually. Like, exile non-land permanent, when they destroy it, they get it back. That card is a trap for a control deck. It's really good in an aggro deck, and it comes down to a function of time. If your opponent is on a green deck and they have their 2-mana 2/2. Sorry. We're going back to our sealed deck build. Thank you, Lala, for the redeem. So if your opponent is green, they're very likely to have a Heritage Reclamation, their own Stormplane Detainment, an Undergrowth Leopard, a Coordinated Maneuver, but they aren't going to have it right now. So if you take out something that really big and important with the Stormplane Detainment, you expect them to get it back eventually. And that's a pretty extreme example of time as a function of when you are able to play this spell. But yes, exactly. It is a trap. So I think Dragon Spray is a good card to talk about for this because it does kill everything. It doesn't always kill something positively. Like, if you're paying 5 mana to kill a dragon, there's a good chance that you are losing on that exchange. Yes. The Stormplane Detainment is a big trap. But Stormplane Detainment is not a bad card. Like, this is a set where stats are not going to be helpful because, like, even your black-white deck might be aggressive or controlling. And if you're a controlling black-white deck, you really want Osseous Exhale. 2 mana, deal 5 damage to an attacking or blocking creature, gain 2 life. If you're an aggressive one, you really want Stormplane Detainment. And the difference is huge. Oh, you might notice me first pick this card a lot. I think this is one of the best cards in the set, including rares. That's because either one mode will always be what keeps you alive. One mode is always going to be the most important card in your deck. And looking at these removal spells, we're going to take... All right. Factors in a removal spell. Flexibility, bonuses, and cost. Caustic Exhale is one of the better removal spells in the set, but only when it's going to be 1 mana for you. When it's 2 mana, it's okay. Dragon's Prey is not one of the better removal spells in the set, but when you need it, when you need a black removal spell, grab it. It's going to do the job, but if I'm trying to decide between a Piercing Exhale and a Dragon's Prey, this is a real decision to make. In other sets, Murder versus Bite wouldn't be a real decision, but Surveil 2 is an incredibly valuable thing as long as I have the bodies that can kill it. So if I have a deck that already has Sultai Devotees, then I'm probably going to take the Piercing Exhale over the Dragon Spray. And now suddenly there's extra weight attached to every dragon I see. So this is not a set, like, your removal is entirely contextual. So my deck, I have this Salt Road Skirmish. This card is so good if you're aggressive enough that 2 damage matters, or if you're able to use these 2 bodies really efficiently. But it's not good if it's just 4 mana to kill a creature. The removal spells that are the best in the format are the ones that can be not removal spells. Rally the Monastery is one of the best removal spells in the format because it is either a threat or a removal spell or a pump spell. That's just fantastic. Coordinated Maneuver is nice because your opponent might have enchantments to hit. Like, everything in this set is contextual. All right, that was 10 minutes. I think that was good. I will take questions if you got them. Black, white, or red. I'd have to play a mountain for the Marty Monument. You're welcome, Craig. So earlier, Craig, you made me really happy when you said it was exhale. Like, that was an argument worth having. Like, I will either be wrong and you'll make me better, or I'll be able to convince you. I always want people to argue with me. Unless I'm exhausted. That does happen sometimes. All right. Aggressive negotiation. Do I have the 2 drops to make aggressive negotiation good? And what do I fear at the top? And I think I have enough removal that I'm comfortable cutting that one. Oh, sorry. I do kind of use discussion and argument interchangeably, but I do think arguing is good. So does it change in sealed and draft? So it changes in sealed and draft in the sense that, sorry, back to your build. You don't have the ability to pick accordingly. So, piercing exhale. I pick this card really high, right? I don't always run it, but I pick it high because that surveil is incredibly valuable in this format. But I will pick it high because I then have the ability to pick up dragons. So in sealed, it's a little more contextual in that you have to look at the rest of your cards pretty carefully. So the answer is some of the time it changes. Let's look at you other removals. Suppose that you're not running and talk about it a little bit. Your 5 colors, which will help. You are right to be on 1 betrayal. Rebukes, twin bolts. God, I love this set. My only complaints in this set are with the rares. Oh, thank you, Lucky. That's so sweet. All right, here's all the removal spells that were in your pool. Let's pretend you had no bombs, right? You had no... You really didn't have a lot of bombs in here? That makes your play even more impressive. This is not a... Hey, Lala, good job. This is a really tough pile to build, pile to pilot, and you still started 8-0. All right, Narset's Rebuke. This kills everything. 5 mana is too much, but 2 mana is pretty good. So it's contextual in that you need other spells to cast off of it, right? Like, even at instant speed, you want to try and have a few. Narset's Rebuke's really good for that. Twin Bolt. This is all about what you lose to. So if we go back to our questions list, what do I lose to? How do I win? When do I have time to cast this spell? If the answer is you lose to your opponent's 2/1s with Mobilize, or you lose to your opponent's 1/1 rares, then you want the Twin Bolt. If you lose to things that recur, like if you're afraid of your opponent playing a Raise That on the Warden of the Grove, then this Narset's Rebuke is a lot better, and so is the Strategic Betrayal. Worthy Cost is nice for the Exile. This is more about when you have time to cast this, right? Worthy Cost is about your mobilized creatures or your spare bodies. So the questions themselves, so to answer your question, Lala, the questions themselves do not change for sealed, but the answers will. I love this deck. Like, 5 Monuments is so good. So this is a cool deck. So this wouldn't work in draft. This works in sealed because, well, this works in sealed best of 3 because your mana is perfect, assuming you have the time to cast your monuments, and you're not guaranteed that time in draft, but you are in sealed most of the time, and then you can side into something more aggressive afterwards. But what a mana base. This is beautiful. 21 mana sources. Hot. I would have played all 5 monuments, yeah. Right. I lost a sealed game to my opponent. I lost a sealed game. My opponent had 4 shock brigades, not the 1/3 mobilizers, the 1/3 pings. 4 shock brigades and 4 inevitable defeats. He killed me with just inevitable defeats. We still got to make a cut here. All Out Assault is currently my only red card. I think that's worth 1 mountain, even if it makes my mana pretty bad. We are 5 colors. We got to Rakshas's Bargain. All right, to 9 non-creature spells. I normally cut a land, but we need it to make our colors work.
Yeah, this thing. So you'll see me talk. I talk about this card a lot, because the aggro decks in this format don't. Your opponent, every deck in this format has the ability to stabilize. They have the ability to put a wall down, right? So you need this kind of card to break through, to burn them out. That's why Inevitable Defeat has such a high win rate, because that 3 damage is very good. Even like 4 mana kill anything, deal 3 is very powerful. So in order, aggro decks need either a Shocking Sharpshooter or the 4 mana Blood Artist, or just burn spells will work, or a lot of card draw. Yeah, I think we're running it like this. I need to look at my mana. All right, we are less green. My fixing isn't even green. Huh. Oh, I didn't mean to cut that. I think I want... I can cut the Sultai Devotee. That makes my green actually a lot better, even if I'm low on 2s now. Yeah, then green's a better splash. 4, 5, 6, 7 black sources. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 green sources. 5, 6, 7, 8 white sources. Plenty of red. I guess I'm fine with this Sultai Devotee. I cut a land because of the Mardu Monument. I cut a forest. I never need double green. I might need double green because of our synchronized charge. Could put a backwater in just for the Rakshas's bargain. Yes, I think so. Only because of the Surveil is that, like, Surveil 2 is almost worth a card in this format. I would have liked more dragons, but yes, I do think it's good enough with only 2 dragons. I guess I'm not that aggressive. It's more that I'm slow on things to do on turn 2. I could cut the Corroding Dragonstorm for the Sultai Devotee. Yeah. Okay, I actually like that more. All right, we'll run that. Good point, Slay. Thank you. So I cut the duel. I'm not running the duel because I have the Sultai Devotee again. This deck's not perfect, but it's not bad. Turn 2 Devotee. Green, white, black. The Devotee lets us turn 3 Reputable Merchant or turn 3 Bargain if we draw the untapped land. If we don't, I think we just... Yeah, we'll lead on our Citadel. If we don't draw a land this turn, we'll play the Highlands. Okay, there's the land. So we just swamp Devotee, and then either Merchant or Bargain. So I can talk about the counterspell cards. I don't make a lot of content for the sake of making content. I just enjoy streaming. 2 mana up. Let's see what they do. I'm just gonna Merchant. I was gonna Bargain, but they didn't have a 2-drop, which means I'm pretty likely to be able to attack through whatever they play. I might even get a coordinated maneuver here. I'm okay playing a land and paying 4 mana for a Bargain too. Let's get in there. Ooh, no fear. I think I am going to coordinate and maneuver here. Like, this is a problem in a Mardu deck. It's not a problem for a while, though. Which means I have time to bargain. Okay. Islands bargain pass. Guns, thanks so much for the follow. I really appreciate that. You let me know if you have any questions. Oh, I should do... update the record. So Shantarine, I will very happy to... Let's talk about the counter spells in the set after this game. If you remind me after this game, we'll do a little bit of... We'll chat about the counter spells. So by waiting on the bargain, it does mean they're a little less likely to attack. I'll take an envoy in a plains? White, no, swamp. I never wanted to sleep. I really don't want them drawing this card, but I don't have any way to kill this with a coordinated maneuver right now. So, we're going to let them draw the card. It's not going to disrupt the flow of the stream. I'm just forgetful. I would love to talk about it. Oh, yeah. I'll kill a Hardened Tactician here. I'm so scared of Hardened Tactician. I'm gonna go ahead and risk the Battle Priest here. It won't disrupt the flow. I will just forget. So if you remind me near the end of a game or between games, I'll be really happy to talk about it. But it helps a lot to have the counter spells up. We're going to take this because it plays around Unsparing Boltcaster specifically. So I'm spending 1 life to hedge against Unsparing Boltcaster and Narset's Rebuke. Aww. I played it wrong. This is where being able to predict what your opponent's going to do is valuable. Huh. Doesn't mean get in for 9 this turn? Or 6 this turn. We just want the pack boost down. Yeah. But we're on the all-out assault plan now. We're gonna try and surprise kill them with an all-out assault, which means next turn we just want to play 2 bodies and then untap, kill a creature, all-out assault. Damn. All right, we'll take in 3, 4, 7. Oof. Fuck. All right, 4 in the air puts us to 1. So I have to play out the Conqueror, and I've got a coordinated maneuver. But if I survive this turn, I can surprise kill. So 4 mobilize. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4. One of these would have been okay. Both of them is pretty bad. All right, so I play the Brigade and the Conqueror. Brigade blocks Victor. Block Pack Beast. Block Lancer, take 5. I have to block everything. So if they have another removal spell, I'll die. Then we just want to land to try and one-hit KO them. If I played this first, would have let us survive. I could have, if I played this first and then renewed here, we would have survived. Ooh. Wow, okay. That'll do it. We can block the biggest things, but we'll die to just mobilize tokens. Damn, actual perfect. Whew. All right, let's try that again. I need to play more. Hang tight. This is Abzan counters. Yeah, they had 5 mobilized, so I had to block all 3 creatures plus another one. Then having a burn spell and a haste creature and 1 was a little too much. Wow, they are pushing hard for equipment in the Final Fantasy set. The job select mechanic is kind of cool. On the draw, we won't have a play until turn 3. But we get to turn 5 crack the monument, turn 6 attack for 12. Well, 22. So if they don't put out enough pressure to kill us before then, we'll be in great shape. Evolving Wilds or Mardu Monument? I'd rather Mardu Monument. Have a mountain. So we're gonna mountain champion. And now we just need to draw a non-land card one time. Like a 3-drop would be nice just for the tap land. This is where a 2-drop would have been great. Oof, are we up against only red-white aggro decks today? They get a 1/1 every turn. That was a good draw. We're gonna crack an Evolving Wilds first. And then we can surveil. Let's see. Next turn, I think I just want to crack the Mardu Monument. Then I can Saw Road Pack Beast and All Out Assault. But if they can solve that, I want to be able to draw a card. We'll keep it. So next time Mardu Monument, then I Pack Beast and All Out Assault. They don't have good blocks if I just crack the monument. They don't have good blocks on the monument. They just trade here, but they try to take 3. I don't want my creatures to die, because I want to pack beast for 1 mana. Okay. I could also trade root Envoy pack beast. Go for lethal the following turn. Alright. 5, 10. Well, they just... No blocks. 2, 4, 6, 8. Times 2 is 16. I need to play the swamp first. Make a 2/2. Untap them all. Oh, it doesn't have haste. The mobilized creatures don't have haste. Good game. I did the math right still. I thought there would be a -2, so I guess I didn't do it right. All Out Assault is a good card, if you hadn't noticed. Let's go again. Hey, Outscat joined the server. Awesome. Don't listen to the server. You don't have to bring pizza. It's a lie. They're lying. Okay, 6 words. I think that's true 6 words. Oh, I love this song. Is just Anafenza enough of a reason to keep a hand? No, but Anafenza Exhale is. This is a controlling hand. Thanks, Farquad. It's not something I even thought about 6 words. I just assumed that it would be able to attack. That's worth it, because that means that I can Caustic Exhale next turn. But I still get to Scry this turn. I'm fishing. Am I keeping as is? So next turn I'm playing Jungle Hollow, nothing. Then I'm playing Champion. Then I think I'm just carving out this game. Yeah, we'll keep it like that. Like, I've got Devotee, Envoy. So curving out is a lot better. And defense is a lot better when you're curving out. So, like, generally, it's going to look like this. I'm going turn 3 Champion, turn 4 either Anafenza plus Exhale or Envoy, and then vice versa. Use Scryfall. So 6 words, this is what the Discord is for. If you go to scryfall.com, gone fishing. I like that line a lot. Alright, that's fine. I'm gonna go ahead and kill this though on end step. Kill that. Hey, I got a dragon. Look, see it? Behold! And then I champ. Alright, so, real quick. This is Scryfall, it's just the better gathering. Advanced search. Oracle. Combat phase. There you go. That's all of them. And then I can even take this link of the search. Here you go. No blocks. I would like to have Anafenza in play when this dies. I'm assuming this will die. Gimmer. Cool. That's fine. You can do that too. We're just gonna use Anafenza here to could just make the 2/2, but I think I want Anafenza to be a 4/4, even if they have the removal spell, because I want to draw a card off my Trade Route Envoy next turn. Also, being a 4/4 means that I can't kill it with a fight spell. Slightly risky. Like, if it's a Molten Exhale, then this is bad. But really what they want to do is draw 2 cards off the Unending Whisper this turn. Skimmer's so good. I think I do this pre-combat because a lot of skill spells that deal with this. Alright, then I attack with both. They want to trade, they can trade because I'm playing out the Armament Dragon next turn. They do know I'm playing out the Armament Dragon next turn. First strike, regular damage, and I'll make a 2/2. Highlands. And then Armament Dragon comes down next turn and enables an attack through most of what they can do. And that's pretty good. This is why applying pressure is really important in this format, just because of how good decks are at creating value after the fact. Like as soon as you stop. Yeah, but so 6 words, we have some pretty incredible searchers available in the Discord server. If you ever want to get a search like that, just ask. If I can do it, someone will be able to. Thane is really good at it. It's a side effect of $30 vintage. $30 vintage players are so good at finding specific effects, especially at a specific budget. I could have just gone bigger on Anafenza to force the damage through. They can bite here? I think it's worth main phasing the Armament Dragon. Going 2 counters here, 1 counter here. Just keeping the threat density spread out. They can block here, take 9, or they can block here, take 8. Either way, Champion, Trampler, First Strike, plus Armament Dragon in the air is going to make it tough for them to survive. Ah. I learned mostly... The other way around works, too. Like, I learned so much from Magic. I went my school spelling bee. Literally every single word they gave me to spell was a Magic card. Reminiscences was my last word. Reminiscences... simulacrum. Magic cards are good for learning words, especially when you remember all the cards you see. There was a kid at my school who got so upset because he used the word parens, P-A-R-U-N-S, in a paper, and his professor gave him points off. But turns out Magic did make up that word. It's a specific type of elder in no worries, 6 words. It's a pleasant spot, and you can always just DM me and ask, too. But you should have some confidence. You're cool here. I think that means you're cool other places, too. Parons, like this. As in Pillar of the Parons is the Magic card. So it is a title. Paron is a title for Elder in Ravnica. But... they thought that it was just a title word for elders everywhere, because they use it in the Ravnica books too, and on the cards. I like this song. Let's go again. It was like a thing. He was like, oh, he was really upset about it. That was back when Magic was like relatively obscure too. I don't think we can keep this. Like, this is a 2-drop a lot of the time, but not in this hand. Even on the play, you can't keep a hand where you don't do anything until turn 4. Let's throw it back. Tough, but keepable. We'll put back just the most expensive spell. We're hoping to draw an untapped land just for the Marty Monument. Cool. We don't need our red source yet, so we're gonna go ahead and get a black source, just so we can cast our turn 3 Reputable Merchants. So the thing about Reputable Merchant is it's usually a little weak when you have nothing else in play. Your opponent is more likely to trade with it or play a kill spell. A flash creature adds a lot of value to a Reputable Merchant. I love this card. We can Evolving Wilds for a mountain, but I think we probably are just playing the Jungle Hollow this turn, because having access to a green source or a black source is useful. Ah, rude. We'll play the Evolving Wilds because I really don't want to draw another land. Gets me a red source too, so I can crack the Marty Monument next turn. Like a dream, feels like last summer was like a dream. I might try and eat this Devotee. Yeah, let's go for it. They probably have a Caustic Exhale. But if they're trying to use a pump spell, it's not going to be good enough. And taking out their white mana, it's not nothing here. Always watching seasons, clouds passing through the shades, and I wonder why I never said the words I had. Surprise! I have 5 power now. Made away with some of them say. So this is 5 damage, plus 2 damage, plus 4 damage. So this is a 3-turn kill. 3 more turn kill. If they have no removal spells. They're gonna have removal, so that's fine. But you can see where removal is tough to make work as a game plan. Especially compared to other draft formats. Like last summer was like a dream, and I'm trying to figure out. I'm gonna go ahead and make 2 monks. That's a lot of extra pressure. And we're flooding a bit. And I get to Sorrow Skirmish for lethal here if they play a kill spell. I could have hit my own creature, actually. I mean, it's 2, 3, 4 more damage. Yeah, they're mana screwed. I'm mana flooded. Mana screw beats mana flood in the long term. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. All right, we're gonna bargain. Let's see. I'm just making sure this is tapping right. We want green, black. Keeping up a green source. We're gonna play our planes. 1, 2, black, green. No, because if we hit a non-creature spell, we can get there. If they have the whale, they have the whale. But that, you're right, Lala. Would have been bad. 1, 2, 3, 4. We didn't hit a non-creature spell, but we did hit a Champion of Dusant. They probably have a removal spell, but I'm pretty happy if I can make them use a removal spell on a third of a card. Thank you so much, Jared Barley, for brilliantly establishing my specific problem with Dragon's Prey in this format. I do kind of want that Devotee, actually, because I can play it 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 for the Battle Priest, 1, 2 for the Devotee. Right. And, like, most decks aren't going to give you a true target for it. There is no creature in here that didn't have at least the potential to produce value before it did its job. Good game. Yeah. I mean, like, it's a weak removal spell. You do need removal, like, especially that kind of removal. But, yeah. Yeah, I was like, there's not a lot of dragons that you gain mana on when you kill. And they showed me the 6 mana 4/4 ward too, and I'm like, no, you have to pay 7 mana to kill that. Steve 8 Ice 8. This is a good hand. We'll keep this. We have all our colors. Devotee, Marty Monument. Yes, but you need that effect. So what the point that I was trying to drive home, Slay, is that like, while those effects are important, you would rather have removal that fits your pool. You would rather have Salt Road Skirmish. Like, every single deck that can run Dragon's Prey has better options. And if you don't hit those, you'll need to do it. Let's see if we can convince them to counterspell this Devotee. We cannot. That's okay. Next time we're gonna Marty Monument and Marty Devotee. Yes, and it's a good card. Like removal is just replaceable. Like, every deck has better options than Dragon Spray, and you aren't always going to have them. You're still going to have to play Dragon Spray, and that's okay. Your deck's not going to be bad because of that. I should have led on the Jungle Hollow. No, I wanted to be able to play a turn 2 Devotee. Getting a red source lets me crack it next turn. We'll attack first. Right. Alright, Marty Monument for Mountain. I like the monument noises. Then Devotee. In that order? 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, I like that line. Probably actually was better to put the land first, but otherwise I like that. So next time I'm either going to crack the Mardu Monument or play Merchant plus Devotee. It depends on what they do. We'll play the Merchant because it lets my champion attack as a 5/3. They also might block the Devotee, the Mardu Devotee. So we want to go Aslan Devotee first, then Merchant, then T. I love how good the deck mana is in this deck is. It looks like it should be bad. We've got a lot of greedy splashes, but it's been working. Yeah, I take Snakeskin Veil very high in this set, Beard. It's so good. I'm actually sad I don't have any. Go to a 3/3, go to a 2/3, let it trade. So we'll go what counter, counter, counter. If they have a counter, so it's fine. Our attack's still good. Yeah. Counter, counter, counter. We're kind of out of cards here. Like, we need to be applying enough pressure over the next couple turns. My opponent just got their globe down. They didn't choose the relic. We're assuming they have good spells coming from here. So we want to keep our pressure on. They are running out of life. We are exchanging cards for life. They get 4 back, go to 6. If I crack the Mardu Monument, then any 2 kill them. If I draw a land, I can crack the Mardu Monument and Coordinated Maneuver. This is a tough game for them to win, but it's not impossible. Purging Stormbrood is one of those cards that I take over removal spells a lot in this set because it really affects the time. Should I be doing focused streams? Like, should I be doing a this is how much removal you need in your deck stream? Or this is how to play counter spells day? I don't know how to title that. So it does. So we were talking about Dragon's Prey not because it's unplayable. It is a bad card, but it's not that it's unplayable. It's that it has. Okay, you know how like in other sets we had. Okay, we'll talk about that. We'll talk about having focus streams. Maybe between games. I used to do them, but they were so unpopular. But that was like a year and a half ago. Like I had a racing stream. Like I had a whole stream once that was all I might even still have the assets. So I made like this is how you calculate a race, how you calculate who's going to win the combats first, and how it helps you add factors in. But like I would lose viewers and followers actively, but things have changed, so I might try and do it again. Racing, counter spells. Yeah, well, like it's easier to focus than to have me, because like we stopped, right? Turn 2 Devotee, turn 3 Brigade is solid. On the play, it's a little less risky. We'll keep it. Sorry, I do have the music a little loud today. Yeah, because like I just stopped talking about removal because I was unable to do it during the stream itself. Raising counter spells when it is removal good. Because I used to write this stuff. But people don't read articles anymore, so I kind of stopped writing. Um, so you do have to draft what's available, Farquad. But all right, in past sets there was stuff like yeah. That's actually not very well. We kind of just need to hold it because it's a removal spell, even if it's not great right now, huh? Yeah, we'll hold it. No attacks. If I had attacked, I could have attacked first, but they can't attack through the brigade now. Okay, so dude, I was answering a question. Oh, sorry, 6 words. We were talking about Dragon Spray in the past, like March of the Machine, or like Bloomburrow. Bloomburrow, there was Bumbleflower's Share Pot, okay? That was the 2-mana artifact. When it comes into play, make a food, 5 mana, destroy target creature. Bloomburrow, that card is like a bad removal spell, right? But 7 mana kill a creature is what you'd have to run it. Sometimes you wouldn't have enough removal and you'd end up grabbing it late and you'd have to play it. And that's what Dragon Spray is in this set. Like, it's just that the ceiling or the floor of what your bad removal spells is much higher. You want removal spells that slide into your curve or that fulfill a specific purpose or that give you 2 bodies when they need them. Right now, I'm not happy keeping this on top because 4 mana kill a creature isn't what I want to be doing right now. Oof. So if they're good, they take Synchronized Charge. But if they're scared, they take All Out Assault. Yeah. But like murder is bad in this set. Removals, like the creatures themselves are too good. Everything is already surveilled or drawn a card. Ah, okay. I'm putting both counters on the brigade. We can skirmish next turn, try and set up an all-out assault for lethal. Aw, we got severed. Get in for 2, make 2 monks, skirmish, 2, 4, 6, 7, 8. It's a lot of damage. We'll get in there and pass. And set Monastery to make the monks. Ideally, they play a 5-mana target for Salt Road Skirmish. It's not a target. I'll make 2 monks. Yeah, early winter is a good comparison. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 puts them to 6. Then a red source kills them. I think it's worth skirmishing one of these. It just doesn't feel good. There's so much pressure on them. Makes this all-out assault incredibly difficult for them to survive. But even just charge to make these both 3/3s is pretty good if I draw the land. No. I wanted to take out a blocker more there. Like, I just wanted them to be at 6 so I have lethal. If I put them both to 3/3s, I trade with both their creatures and hit them for 2, puts them to 4. I think I'd rather just pass and have the Armament Dragon up. So I can flash back the charge, counter, counter, and then prowess, prowess, and they're both 3/3s. A land lets me Armament Dragon or all-out assault. We're gonna pass. We don't have a good way to close the game out right now. That might have been too greedy. Zinni Slay. It might have been better to hit the bear. That's fine. I'm not interested in blocking. I just want to kill him. Hey, Fina! I'm doing well! Alright, my opponent has Stormplane detained half of my card. No blocks. So next turn they have got 9 exactly. So I have to block. I can all out assault. Attack for exactly 6. Or Armored Dragon is safer though. I mean, that was a good attack because now they attack for 9 next turn. No, so I can all out assault to see if they have something, but then if this last card is a removal spell, they do have lethal. They just kill me, right? I think Armored Dragon is just better here. Because I still have lethal next turn. I think I'm putting all 3 counters here, because then I can... Well, we didn't have it because we were missing the mountain. If they have a removal spell for the Armored Dragon, then I'll die if the monk dies. I think I want this to be a 4/4 because then they can't use a removal spell. They can't use a removal spell and activate the bearer, which means I'll get to block the bearer or just take 7 and still have lethal next turn. Yes, we needed a red source. So this is just safer. It's not necessarily better. If this is a bluff, if they have nothing, then I might have thrown the game. But I think it is more likely that they have something. Well, if I put one on the dragon, then my monk can't block. So this plays around this being a removal spell. Because that's what I think it is. I think this is a removal spell. Might be an Osseous Exhale. Yeah. We have all out assault and charge available. It might, if it is a land, this is still the safer play. Yes. I think Osseous Exhale is most likely right now. I'd probably put Armored Dragon in front of Bearer. If we attack with one creature, we untap all our creatures. Then if they attack with both, I put the Armored Dragon in front of the Bearer. Or I put the Monk in front of the Bearer. And then they're inclined to activate. This plays around Sargon's Resolve. But not a bite. So, oof. They got me. So I put the monk in front of the... It's not about more damage because it's 6 there. I was afraid of Alicia's Legacy, though. Damn. Sargon's Resolve, like, if the Sargon's Resolve was their spell last turn, we had it. I think you're right that they top decked the Resolve. Good game. That was good. They played that well. That's the kind of bluff that I keep trying to do against people who just make the attack anyway. Like, I could have gone for it, right? And if Resolve was the card in their hand, we would have won. But if it was an Osseous Exhale or any removal spell, we would have insta-lost. So I didn't play around Resolve specifically. If I'd known it would have been the Resolve, I should have put the Armored Dragon in front of the Bearer. But if the Resolve was the only card they had, then they should have definitely just killed the dragon, because I still would have had to block. Yeah, no, if Resolve was their only card, then they would have fired the Resolve at the dragon first. Because then I would have been forced to block with my monk, and same result. Beneath the flowers. That was good. Can I keep this with just exhale as a play? I can't. We're gonna throw it back. This is a good hand. We'll keep this. I think we're putting back the bargain because Alchemist Assistant, Conquer, Synchronized Charges is such a powerful line. This song sounds like something that would be at in a James Bond movie at the beginning until you listen to the lyrics. Yeah, Alchemist Assistant, Conquer, Charge is a great curve. Even if they put a wall down. I might double charge next turn. No, I won't. I really want to kill the pack beast, so I'm pretty scared of it. So if they put the pack beast in front of the Alchemist Assistant, we'll exhale. Daydream for a couple of hours. All red white aggro today. Neat. What a beautiful day. They cannot use this to make black mana. Do a Clarion Conquer. I can get it for 4 to put them to 9. And then just play the Devotee as a blocker, holding up the exhale. I do kind of like that. If they put the Pack Beast trigger on the stack, I can hit the Sharpshooter. But their attacks are tough, dude. Alchemist Assistant is really good if you can grow it at all, because like suddenly your opponent can't mobilize anymore. Just gaining, like, it blanks the Pack Beast by gaining 3. Trying to decide if I want a Caustic Exhale here in response. No, I want to hold it so that I can kill the Hellion if they block. We'll go ahead and grab our red source. We don't need it for a while, so I'm okay with the stun. Hmm. 3 power. Pretty soon you'll be picking up daisies where the sun don't shine. An untapped land would have let me. I think I play out the champ and pass, because then next turn I can synchronize charge using the champ and hold up an exhale. That's just a good card. because I can pump here and here. I think what I want to do is synchronize charge, conquer, assistant. Because then they'll both be vigilant, and then I'll be able to rally or exhale. We'll tap the champ. Pump. Six damage here, so a pump spell might kill me. Just these two. I'll leave back the devotee. Not care what you think. If I had another land or another dragon, I could exhale here for lethal. Try and force it through, because they both trample right now. Wish we could turn back time to the good old day when the mama... Like, if they only put one devotee in front of it, we'll kill them. To the good old days when the mama sang us to sleep and I was stressed out. Interesting. We're gonna do a 6/5, kills the Hellkite. They're trying to decide whether they value the Hellkite or the Sharpshooter more. Alright, if you want to see a particular focus for a stream, go ahead and put it... You can ask in the Discord. I think I'm going to do that. Because I liked talking about removal like that, you know? To the good old days. So I actually can't save his Alchemist Assistant. Like, I can kill the Hellkite for sure. Well, I could save it by using Rally on the Hellkite. I'd gain 4, go to 23. That might be best just because I'll still have an Alchemist Assistant left at the end of it. Because hitting for 5 here means that I can use a Caustic Exile to force the champion through too. Although if I pump here, I still kill the Hellkite, but I deal 7. And I gain 2 extra life. Alright, we're actually just going to kill the Hellkite. My opponent can... I have a dragon. I've had a dragon the whole time. I forgot. I think I'm killing a Sharpshooter now. I played that wrong. This is exactly the card I was scared of. Kill, kill, take 10. Take 12. No biggie. Wherever was the specific card I feared. I need water. I'll be right back. Here's the deck. We're 5-2 with it. It took me a while to realize I had a dragon. One sec.
Yeah, in a bit, buddy. It's raining hard, and I don't want to take him out right now. Jars are just what I drink out of. I like them more than glasses. All right, let's go again. Oh, if anybody, uh, that's it. Definitely keeping with the forest. We don't have that. Let's throw it back. Hey, this does not look like a Mardu hand. I think I'm putting back a swamp because then I go devotee, Mardu monument for a mountain conquer. 3D fire is just good. Being a dragon is better. We kept Mardu monument over the plains. We have a lot of ability to dig here. We have our turn 2 play, we have our turn 3 play. What is our turn 4 play? It would be both of these, but we can only keep one because we have to search our library next turn. They start on a swamp. We'll keep the rally over the assistant. I could keep both and play the assistant next turn, then the Mardu monument, but that makes my conquer fail to come down to turn 3. We'll do it like this. Rally's very good if you are applying pressure with 2 or more creatures. Like ideally, we turn 3 Clarion Conquer and then get to maneuver Rally. We're just looking to curve out into this assault. Hi, Roppel. Yes. He's digging his bed. I've been getting him cheaper beds lately because he seems to like making holes in them. Like, I got him a really nice bed and it lasted exactly as long as the cheap beds. Scary, but manageable. The problem is I don't have 2 white mana once the Conqueror comes down, because this is an activated ability. I bet I can force a damage through here, though. What is a tadpole? Sounds cute. Power chest is good. I like that term. Well, now I can at least make 2 white mana. I think I still want to try and get the rally down. No, but then my next turn is really bad. So I can cast Coordinated Maneuver, then with it on the stack, I can hold priority and cast Rally the Monastery to make 2 monks and kill the Vanguard. That's only worth doing if they tap out. The danger is that if I draw a green card, then I lose all access to my turn 5 plays. No attacks, pass turn.
Like, this is too dangerous a play to do normally. That sounds so different somehow. Now there are... Yeah, this is worth it. Full control. White, black. Coordinated maneuver. Submit one. And then make 2 monks. Hey, thanks, Jobin. Good to see ya. Coordinated maneuver does kill the war effort. No, I'd still rather kill the Vanguard. I'm too scared of the Vanguard. So this has to be the second spell we cast if we're gonna get the discount. So we had to put the maneuver on the stack first. Yeah. Yeah, that's the danger. We're just trying to get an all-out assault kill, which means next turn we crack the monument, then we all-out assault. Get in there. If they have a Whale of War, we'll just die. That's fine. Whale of War is a good card. Gaining a life just in case. Right. I do think that the third token makes Marty Monument really good. All out assault is basically a war effort, but better. So this is 3, 4, 5, 6, 12, 13, 14. Times 2 is 28. Oh, they don't have a Whale of War. Just who we are. Just who we are. Nice Dragon Spray. Yeah, wherever's good. It's just worse than the mythic rare version of the card. There was no good target for that Dragon Spray. Yeah. Like, it's just cool having a mobilized card that isn't a creature. All together now. All together now. All together alone in the chrysalis. All together now. I mean, we don't have a turn 3 play that's good enough. That's true, Theo. But my line reduced the number of things that they could have had. Ooh, okay, we're keeping this, but what do we put back? It might just be the Armament Dragon. It's so good. I hate putting back Armament Dragon. I guess we can put back the Assault. Just, we are further away from casting it, so we only have the 2 red sources. But first strike, Death Touch. Remember, I mean, for the longest time, Overrun was considered entirely too powerful to print. We'll put out the Conqueror first. Just because if we get to untap with it, getting to Anafenz is so nice. There ain't no rest for the wicked. We close our eyes for good. Craggy, hey buddy, how you doing? Made it clear we wasn't looking for a fight. Ooh, let's be mean. No, we don't have to be mean. This is an activated ability of an artifact. Well, we are already mean, I should say. This card's good. Like, 3 and 3 dragon, like, it's only bad because Until Neon Dynasty. So until about 4 years ago, Oberon was too strong to be printed. It was good, yeah. Oh no, there ain't no. I think I'm just dropping Anafenza for the pressure. Yeah, we'll just drop Anafenza for another body. Normally I do like, oh wait. So 5, 6, 7 times 2 is 14? I don't know if I want to play into all this open mana with that though. Could be an Osseous Exhale. They're trying to decide which one they want to kill. Do they want to make Anafenza a 4/4 or not? It was an Osseous Exhale. I'll respond. Exiling this dragon, this globe. No mana for you, and I'll make the 2/2. Alright, so that's 12 that we hit for with an all-out assault. That's cool. I like a 3 and 3 leaf flyer is just a good card. This is just a good card in this format. They have 2 mana up. I don't have lethal with an all-out assault. If I play the planes, they can Dispelling Exhale. I'm assuming they have Dispelling Exhale in this deck. Let's think back. 3 mana for the Dragonstorm Globe. Then they played a Tranquil Cove. So all right, let's talk about this. A couple turns ago, my opponent had a Dragonstorm Globe up, and I exiled it, but I attacked with Anafenza and Clarion Conqueror. They had 3 mana. If they had had 4 mana there, and they didn't counterspell my Kintree Severance, I would know they don't have Dispelling Exhale. That didn't happen, so there's a good chance they have Dispelling Exhale. I do know that they don't have a dragon, though. Like, my best case scenario right now is that they just make a 5/5 and I kill it. Yes, they have not had a chance of Dispelling Exhale, but if I hadn't Kintree Severance in response, they would have been able to Dispelling Exhale that turn. I think that I think they had the Dispelling Exhale. Like, they just haven't had a turn to do it. Because I flashed in the Anafenza and I turned off their globe. But it's so likely they just play a big creature here. Yes. But like, that's how I deduce hands a lot of the time. That's pretty good. Especially, alright. So if I Mardu Monument and then all out assault, they kill this, take 6. Puts them to 7, and then I can crack the monument for another 4. No, I want to skirmish this turn. Swamp. We're gonna pretend that our last card is Snakeskin Veil also. So we'll set the stops appropriately. Oh, I definitely should have just cracked the Mardu Monument instead of playing the skirmish and attack them for 3. Then I could have skirmish next turn. They would be at 8 life, and I could all out assault. Whoops. I just had one more land than I thought. Yesterday, I was trying to get a car to work, and I drove it a ways away. That's fine. Alright, bluff failed. Put him to 4 and then all out assault. I would have had lethal this turn if I had played that correctly.
Oh. That's a pretty good 1-2 punch. Oh, we're 6-2 now. Oh God, Elspeth.
I will turn the tide of battle.
All right, well, let's see if rare plus mythic rare can beat one of the best rares in this set. All right, everybody in. So they can block, double block, take 6, then take 6. They need a spell to not die here. I guess I could kill the all-out assault. Then they get to block, double block, take 4, and untap with an Elspeth. So that a removal spell lets them double block, kill, take 6, go to 2. Oh, good game. Alright, looks like I can't put the ad off anymore, so we'll go ahead and run that while we find another game. Oh, we're close to 2,000 followers. Didn't realize. Thanks, Farquad. I think that was a trophy. Cool. All I saw was really good this draft. It's a good time. I like this deck. Six and 5. Mighty Monument was very good in this deck. All right, 2 in a row. Always happy with that. Let's do a fresh draft. Thanks, Farquad. Firing up some gems for the open. Maybe we'll do mana bases. Or I'll set a focus. I'll try and set a focus each draft. How about that? Let's focus on mana for this draft. Like, I'll try and talk through everything, but I'll talk more about mana. Well, pack one, pick one. I don't like Boltcaster if I'm not in a deck that uses a lot of creatures. I don't like Dragonologist. First, Haiku! Hey, buddy. I mean, that's a fair rant for a subscribed Haiku. It is good to see you. I hope you're doing well. I really do. You can talk about it later if you aren't. Like, you can DM me if you aren't. All right, so Dragonologist, Sandstep Citadel, Boltcaster are all powerful cards. We talked earlier about how I don't like starting with generic removal. I'll start with specific removal. If I know that a removal spell has a place,
I will take it. We're gonna just start on Citadel. Dragonologist is a fine first pick, but like Dragonologist is not a good enough card if it's getting you a spell only. It needs to get you a spell, and you have to use the hexproof. If you can do both of those things, it's great. So we're just gonna take the Citadel past the Dragonologist, and I'm fine starting on a Triland. Trilands open up a lot of gameplay. You know, I mean, trying is kind of where we are. Well, man, like that's actually why mana is the most common thing. All right, so we can take Wayfarer, Stalwart Successor. It has a lot to do with what your colors are. So like the last deck, we used all 5 colors. We used red often, but we are mostly a 2-color deck. We kind of just double splashed. So you being a 2-color base lets you pick your lands later, and picking your lands earlier moves you into a 2-color base. Like Sandstorm Citadel is a good card, not because it is all 3 colors that we need, because we can be black white or we can be black green and run it pretty happily. In terms of power, I think it's Stalwart Successor. I do love Great Arishan City as well. I think these are both powerful second picks. Because I just started on the Sandstorm Citadel, we'll take the Successor. Ooh, now here's a tough one. This is a pick 3 rediscover what the way. Card's really good, but it is dedicated Jeskai. You can't even do like blue-red with a little bit of white because you want this pretty early. I think it's between the second Sandstep Citadel, the Attuned Hunter, and the Whale of War. Attuned Hunter is mostly really good with Stalwart Success. You don't need a lot of triggers for Attuned Hunter to be great. And being like a 3-mana 3/3 trample is also just something that I'm pretty happy to play in this set. I think it is going to be the Hunter. Hunter Successor is such a strong 1/2. If I didn't take the Successor here, I would be on the Citadel. Citadel is a better general card. Taking the Hunter means that I can get a Segu Pummeler, a Thornwood Falls is possible, and a Reigning Victor back. But there's not a lot of good cards in this pack. I'm most likely just taking the Heritage Reclamation on the wheel. Yeah, we'll take the Hunter, though. We're taking it over the Citadel because I don't know what I need to be able to cast yet. All right, so if I were a little bit blue, if I had anything that lent me to blue right now, which these are both Sultai cards, kind of, I would be pretty happy with a Spectral Denial. I usually skip this song, but Gura's retired. Now I feel like I should keep it. Barons is great if we wanted to splash white. So, like, how badly do we want to splash right now? I like Strategic Betrayal. I think I just want the Envoy. Like, moving into green aggressively here is pretty nice. If we're only going to be 2 colors, then we need to prepare to splash white and we need to prepare to splash blue because those are the bombs we're most likely going to be able to splash if we see them. But for now, I just want some power. And that's Trade Route Envoy. Trade Route Envoy is powerful. Pummeler is a 4-drop, or Teamer Monument. Like, Teamer Monument is a monument in general. I do pick pretty high, possibly too high. 100 Battle Veteran is a very similar card to Trade Route Envoy, right? They're both 4-drops that do the thing twice. They're 4-drops that are worth 2 cards with 4 power. The Battle Veteran is nice if we have access to other kinds of counters, but since we don't, I think I'd rather have the Segu Pummeler right now. It's just a very efficient body. Since we are taking our creatures early, like we're looking for our Stompies right now, we have a little more time to find our mana and a little more time to find our fixing. Ooh, we're at a second Attuned Hunter lets us really lean into this plan of cards leaving the graveyard. Even though the Jungle Hall is actively great for us, it gives us a game plan. So I often will compare like it's mana versus game plan a lot of the time. So the mana is going to be it's secondary. We are on the game plan right now. Like, we're still picking cards for our game plan. Ooh. All right. We are in the right colors by pure luck. Because this pack is full of green cards and black cards. We can take Jungle Hollow or Bivouac. Or we can just take the removal spell. It's a good removal spell. If we're only on 2 colors, we don't need quite as much fixing, so I'll take the strong removal spell. And if I weren't sure if I were on the fence, we could take the Wildling. I think Wildling is worth taking really aggressively. I don't think it's a duh, Domino. Ooh. So it exhales the best card. But if ever there was a deck where we got to play with Essence Anchor, it would be the deck that starts with 2 Attuned Hunters. And I really have been wanting to play with Essence Anchor. This is not the correct pick. The correct pick is Caustic Exhale. But if I can make this work, I really want the chance to make this work. Yeah, I want to try it. We're going to take the Night Watch over the Crocodile. We need to put cards into the graveyard more than we need to make them leave right now. Veteran's just okay in this deck. I think I'd rather have the Crocodile. It's better at leaving the graveyard. Ooh, Whale of War versus Thornwood Falls. We're just not blue yet, even if we take this Anchor. We're going to take the Whale. Normally it would be the land, but it's not something we need right now. I took the Anchor. I would take Exhale out of that pack if I weren't taking the Anchor. All right, we can take a Dragon if we want to have some Dragon things. Yeah, we'll take a Strategic Betrayal. I like the first copy. I never really need the second copy. Ice Ridge Serpent is fine, but kind of replaceable. They're just better 5s. Usually you want your 5s to be more specific. Well, I think a Baron Step Siege is just better in this deck with Stalwart Successor than Essence Anchor. So we're cutting Essence Anchor for Baron Step Siege. That is why Exhale was a much better pick there. We'll take the Siege. This is just not a removal important format, Haiku. All right, we'll move back into white. We might even still be 4 colors, splashing white and blue. But yeah, Essence Anchor is not quite good enough anymore. I also want to point out, Baron Step Siege is not a bomb in the sense that some of these other cards are bombs. It's a bomb in some decks. It works really well in some decks, but it's not a guaranteed thing. We're going to take Sandstep Citadel here pretty happily. Otherwise, Abzan Devotee and Sibsig Appraiser are both really good. Maneuver's fine, and Merchant is good in this deck. Yeah, but right now we're green-black with a little bit of white and possibly a little bit of blue, but this is our chopping block. I'd rather splash the Siege. We're looking for ways to break through. That can be an issue in this format, so Synchronized Charge is really good. Yeah, but we got punished for doing the thing I wanted to do. So normally it would be... Haiku, this is what I mean. Hang on. Sorry. All right, Piercing Exhale, great card, powerful removal spell. We do want removal, and we're missing some removal, but there is more removal available in this set than there are synergistic 2-drops. So we're taking this Alchemist Assistant because it works with our Attuned Hunters and our Stalwart Successor and our Trade Route Envoy. We're taking it over the Piercing Exhale, and that's a strange thing. That's a unique thing to this format. Is this Alchemist Assistant is a better pick right now than this Piercing Exhale, both because of what we're missing and because of what you want your 2-drops to be doing in this format. However, that Salted Road Pack Beast is also something that we were looking at. Ooh, it's gonna be the Wayfarer. The Wayfarer triggers the cards leaving the graveyard because you mill them and then take the card out. So it works with Attuned Hunter and Stalwart Successor. Otherwise, the Nurture is solid. We just have a lot of 3s already. And Sarkhan's Resolve is a pretty good removal spell in this format. It kills most of what you need it to kill. Tough one. Sandstep Citadel is going to be the pick. But like, I'd almost consider a Mammoth Bellow. It's just really good, and pick 5 is late. And Worthy Cost is good for us. So is Dragonstorm Globe. Yeah, Triple Citadel is great, though. Oh, Skimmer is almost worth a pivot. All right, so let's talk about the Skimmer here. So Skimmer is really good, and this is pick 6, so we know it's here. Skimmer plus Essence Anchor plus Attuned Hunter is only going to be a good build around if we get the cards that leave the graveyard. And we're not actually Abzan. With 3 Sandstep Citadels and 1 Plains, we get to play our Baron Step Siege without actually committing to white at all. So we're going to take the Skimmer as a hedged pick. Otherwise, Bearer is fine. Like, it's also about what we're giving up. We're only giving up Bearer of Glory, Adorned Crocodile. Right. Like, this is why we take these cards so early. Are we aggressive enough for a Stormplane Detainment? Maybe. You have to be very aggressive for Stormplane Detainment to be good. Nightblade Brigade is actually just a great card. I think we want the backwater in case we end up like. I think we're more likely to be soul tie with a black splash, just considering we got this dual pick 7, and we're seeing some white cards. All right, there's the blue cards. We could take an ancestor. Ancestor's a good thing to power up. We just don't have anything to power it up with yet. And Spectral Denial is really good. I think I'm going to take the Denial over the Ancestor. We're hedging on our picks here. Leopard versus Climber. Climber's really good if we end up blue. Otherwise, it's the Leopard. I think we are ending up blue. Let's take the Climber. Like, blue's just very open. Red's also open, but we're not going to worry about it. We're taking the Messenger. We're not going to play any of these red cards. We might play a Ringing Strike Mastery. Actually, this deck is aggressive enough for Ringing Strike Mastery. Riverwalk Technique over Caves. Tempting land, but Riverwalk Technique is actually just a good removal spell. Legacy is worse than Snakeskin Veil, but does its job well enough. That's fine. This is crazy. This card is really good, and I'm surprised to see it. Wingspan Stride is playable in the right deck. Ooh. All right, this is a good chance to talk about removal a bit. Knockout Maneuver versus Kintree Severance versus Osseous Exhale. 2 mana, 3 mana, 3 mana. Exile, put a +1/+1 counter on it, and kill a thing. In this deck, I think we just want the counter, but it's pretty close. I also really like Champion of Dusan and Saw Road Pack Beast. But I think it's going to be the Knockout Maneuver. Knockout Maneuver is a good card when you have 2 drops, and it's good for enabling attacks, especially when you have creatures that you care about growing. Yeah, but like in a heavy control deck, Osseous Exhale is a great removal spell. In a general deck, like it's just a general removal spell, Kintree Severance is the best card. And when you're attacking a lot, like you really want this Knockout Maneuver. Right. Ooh, what a pack. Death Begets Life just is the bomb. It's really strong. Opulent Palace is better for us. What a pack. This is a really cool pack. So Opulent Palace, Death Begets Life, Corroding Dragonstorm, Anchor. We didn't get the cards to make Anchor work. That doesn't mean we won't, but we are likely to get the Anchor back around if we want to try for it. I think it's actually the Palace. I think we just need the Palace. You know, that's fair. I do want gems. I'm going to play this card. We're just running the Roar. Yeah. Otherwise, Wildling or Wilds would be the pick, but I will just cram this into the deck. It's a really good card. I think it's up there for best rares in the set. Heirloom is still in this pack. There's 3 people not in green to my right. This is also up there for best rares. Yeah, there's we are being punished because we didn't take that late Bloodfell Caves. I think this might just be a lot of people's first draft. How are we doing on actual removal? We're a little low. Lion Weight is good in this deck. Swiftwater Cliffs enables the Roar. I think we just want the Alchemist Assistant more. We might not get to play the Roar either. It's powerful enough that I'm willing to risk wasting that pick. Lion Weight is good for the Hunters, but Alchemist Assistant keeps us alive. And because we have Death Begets Life to win that late game, we want to make sure we can survive the early turns. Wildling, yes, that's what we need. Otherwise, Spectral Denial, Sultai Devotee are both really good. Yeah, great pack. This is a Forecaster deck. It is if we get 1 Boulderborn Dragon. I think I'd rather have the Death Gorger. Well, we do have 3 Citadels too for a Rhino. I think it's a Death Gorger. Bivouac or Relic. Bivouac casts Roar and our blue-green cards. Boulderborn Dragon. I think we might even table the Boulder. Wait, not the Boulderborn Dragon. The 1-drop. We'll take the Tri-land. White is the only color we can't splash. Is that J-Cast Sentinel deck? I think this isn't J-Cast Sentinel deck. We have a lot of control, and we have a Death Begets Life. It enables our Essence Anchors, too. We got only 2 dragons, so we'll take a second Essence Anchor. Take a Desperate Measures. This isn't a good deck for it, though. I might be interested in all the Crocodiles and all the Self-Mill. We just didn't get enough cards to make this work, really. Yeah. Take another Night Watch, though. Last pick Death Gorger is cool. I don't think you want 4 boulders. I think you want 1 Boulderborn. Max. Alright, we cut the Essence Anchors. We didn't get actually a lot of counter synergies either. Removal over here. Fixing here. So Heritage Reclamation is solid. It's a good card also with like Attuned Hunter style things. We got Skimmer, Attuned Hunter. Legacy probably comes out. I like Strategic Betrayal. Excuse me. We can go down to 16 lands with a Dragonstorm Globe, a Herd Heirloom, and a Wildling. As long as we are willing to use Wildling as Omen Seek. Yeah, we're keeping the song. It's just good. This card is deal 20 damage alone. This is a 20 damage spell. It puts 20 power on board. We are double splashing. We are splashing Baron Step Siege and Roar. Triple splashing? Yeah, we're triple splashing. I think we cut the Ice Climber unless we want to run the Sentinel. Otherwise, we'll deck ourselves. Like, this is a package, right? Ice Climber. Here, I want to point out this package. This is a package. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I think we cut it all together if we're going to cut it. All right, we will fix the mana. We need to make 4 more cuts. Mana's actually in a not terrible space right now. It's not great, but it could be a lot worse. I like Ring Strike Mastery when you have cards like Death Begets Life. These are like pseudo removal spells. We're short on real removal, but we'll be okay. We got 16 creatures, including our Roar. We'll cut one of our Death Gorges because we didn't get a lot of the counter synergies. Night Watch is nice for digging. Ice Ridge Serpent still does his job well enough. We'll keep the Whale. I'm slightly worried about decking myself with the Death Begets Life. Ice Climber is only a better self-mill card if you have the Harmonize spells. We didn't get the Harmonize spells is the problem. Like, we are... The only spells we actually get to flashback are Alchemist Assistant. I mean, Segu Pummeler doesn't get flashback that often. It's just efficient. Alchemist Assistant and... That's it. Just Alchemist Assistant. We'll cut our Heritage Reclamation, not happily. If you are allegedly high, would we allegedly take more? So we can't answer that for you, Haiku, because if you're stoned, there's the two general reactions to being stoned are a cure for anxiety and causing more anxiety. And so if you are the person who has your anxiety cured, then there's not really a problem or an upper limit. Unless you have to drive, don't drive. But if you get more anxious, then you should always stop when you ask that question. That's my rule. Generally, I support being high as a matter of course, though. Just responsibly and carefully. Probably the mastery, I think. Maybe the strategic betrayal. We can keep a strategic betrayal if we're cutting the mastery. We'll cut one of our night watch. Yeah. All right. We cut some of our self-mill, so it's a little less risky. I hope you have fun. We might actually not need the globe. We have 2 dragons. Let's run it. This is green, black, 5 color. Oh, I didn't fix my mana. I did not fix my mana. Got it just in time. Could have been bad. All right, we need in this deck exactly 1 mountain. We have 2 red sources for our roar. We need exactly 0 plains with our 3 citadels. We have splashing justice siege. We might end up cutting the siege. Our fixing is not quite good enough for it. We need to make sure we always have a green source. 4, 7, 8 green sources, great. Black sources, 3, 4, 7 black sources. Blue sources, 3, 4, 5 blue sources. We can come down a blue source for a green source. You know, thank you, Ranger. That's a very good point. Let's focus on our mana base. All right, Dragonstorm Globe. So this is also a good thing to focus on because we are we're 5 colors, right? All right. So when do we need each color? That's an important thing to talk about for your mana bases. Bandstep Siege is kind of on the chopping block because we really do want it on turn 4. So if you do this, hang on, lands, we want to be on 16 lands because we have 3.5 additional mana sources. You want 17 lands, and we are approximating 17 lands. Let's click our suggest lands button. It puts us at 4 islands, 4 forests. Now, when Arena calculates your mana base, they look at the total number of mana sources for each color that you'll need. What they don't do is tell you, they don't account at all for when you will need each of these colors. Like, we don't need red for a long time. Maybe we want it on turn 4, but we don't need it until, like, on turn 4 if we're ramping. But really, we don't need it until pretty late in the game. We also have to build a little bit so that we don't need blue until late. Like, this Kishless Skimmer is not going to be a blue card in this deck. We are not going to play, or not a 2-drop in this deck, because we're not going to play it until pretty late. Ice Ridge Serpent, Riverwalk Technique, Roar. These cards need blue, but not until pretty late. So these 5 blue cards, they don't need so many blue sources. We just have a lot more time to dig. Yes, the only thing we have that ramps into Roar makes red. That's a really good point, Beard. White, we only have the 1 source, only have the 1 need, and then we have 4 sources. We can't search up a source, but we don't need to search up a source. Presumably, by the time we need to cast this, we will have our white source. So, with that in mind, let's figure out how many of each source we need. We really need green mana, and we need green mana early. We need green mana often. We don't have any double pips. We rarely need 2 of the same color at the same turn. So, let's make sure we have enough green. That's going to be like 8, 9 sources. That's about right. And then black, we want to be similar. We have about as much black need early as green. So, 4, 7, 8. 1 less black source than green source. Red, 1. That's going to be enough. We have 1 red card, Dragonstorm Globe, Segu Wildling. We'll get there. We also have a Wayfarer that lets us dig, and a Night Watch that lets us dig. White, we have our 3 4 sources. So we have our 3 red sources, but this is really a green-blue land with a bonus factor that it makes red. All right, so we can't cut any sources here. I would like one more black source and maybe one more green source. So I can come down 2 islands, up my black sources by 1. Now we're at 16 lands. And now we'll see how it plays. There's a tendency for the Arena Shoveler to put this mountain in my hand every time, which is really annoying. Because this mountain is the only land in the deck that doesn't cast Night Watch on turn 3. I would also like to put in the other Night Watch. Maybe the other Night Watch is better than the Death Gorger. Death Gorger is mostly good because it puts a counter here. The counters are useful for attacking, though. We'll run it like this. But thank you, Ranger, because I kind of forgot. Yeah, so one of my favorite mana draft formats ever was Wilds of Eldraine. It was a smaller set, so you would have these. I would play it. I had once a 13 land deck with 6 Brave the Wilds. Like, loved being able to do that. Right. So green tends to be where most of the fixing is. So you will often have decks where you need to make sure you have 10 green sources. And you'll have decks with it doesn't happen anymore because people caught on to how good Segu Wildling is. But early on in the format, I would have decks with 10 forests, 1 plains, 2 swamps, 1 island, 1 mountain, and 5 Segu Wildlings. Segu Wildling is a really cool way to do that deck because Roost Seek puts it back in your deck. So you'll always be able to find rare Roost Seeks. More than 1. Alright, so this is a good hand. We have a 2-drop. It gains some life. We have 2 different kinds of removal spells. Ooh, and there is a Roar. Blue is the only color that can consistently deal with a Roar. But it's still tough. Like, the way to stop Roar of Endless Song is with 2 removal spells, but you can make it a bounce spell. Well, I'll go take a look. Red source attack. That's the turn. Holding up Caustic Exhale. Yeah, Terraforming Expanse has changed drastically over the years. Like, you can have enough basics too in this format that it just won't work. Like that, you can have enough non-basics that you won't be able to Terramorph it. All right, we're gonna try and exhale. We want them to tap out so I can just resolve my Roar of Endless Song. This is a good draw, so I can, because it plays Roar of Endless Song. All right, if they hold up Counterspell mana, do I play the Roar of Endless Song? I really don't want to play Roar to do a Counterspell. And it's so likely that they have a Counterspell because why else would they keep this hand? But even if they don't have a Counterspell, I don't want them to be able to just stop my Death Gorger here. We'll attack. I'm gonna just cycle the Death Gorger. I'm not going to target a creature. If you target an Alchemist Assistant and they kill it in response, you don't get to draw the card if they kill the Assistant. Oh, cool. My opponent has not yet given me a target for any removal spells. They've got a full grip. I need something pretty powerful. I think they do think I have a counter spell because our game's been weird so far. I'll probably exhale that. Just because strategic betrayal is so much better if I do. I'll kill this. I really want a good strategic betrayal here. That's pretty good. I think this is worth it even if they have another kill spell. It means that they can't flashback the Dragon Hunt to kill it. I'm just trying to resolve my bombs here. Aw, lame. We'll put down the Night Watch first. I'd say 95% chance they have a counter spell. It might be a Riverwalk technique. It might be a bad counter spell. This is a lot of value, even if I don't get that value for a while. Okay. Hard Jeskai control. They are a better control deck, so this is not good. Sure thing, Haiku. Thanks for coming by, and I appreciate the sub. That's pretty annoying because I can't get a white source. Ooh, but I can get a blue source. Hi, Sarah. Good to see ya. How you been? We're just in a strategic betrayal and see what they've got. I'm glad. There it is. I can just pass. And then I could whale back the hunter, but that doesn't feel worth it. We pulled one out of him. Honey mustard pretzel bites. They're really good. Dangerous. He might have a second. The problem is he saw 1, 4, 7, 10 cards. He dug 10 cards deep. We'll attack first. I think we have to go for the roar. He probably has another counter spell, but then we get to siege. If we draw a land, we can siege and hunter, and actually use the siege, the Mardu instead of the Abzan on the siege. Really didn't think that would resolve, but I'm glad it did. Citadel does give white mana. That's okay. Well, we have been revelated. I don't think we beat this. That's what they got out of that first rediscover the way. This guy Revelation is really good. Thank you for the crabs. I think it was. It's just so hard to beat this once it resolves. Yeah, that's game. The first revelation was tough. All the rest of the revelations will be much tougher. Helpful crabs. She gave me helpful crabs, Farquaad. Yeah. Trying to think if I need. I've got cheese, chips, salsa, beans. Sorry. All right. Attack for 5. Nope. No attacks. I can kill the Hellkite. We're about to get revelated again. And then they bounce, deal 4. I don't have a way to beat the revelation. I can wail to take out all the monks and the birds. And if they're actually out of spells, then we can get there with just enough time and Baron Step Siege. Yes. If they wanted to, they could keep bouncing their own Monastery Messenger and just make that their turn every turn. But like, that's why, like, Jeskai Revelation is the best card in the Jeskai control deck, because if it's in your 40, you can play it over and over again every time. The deck's so good at digging. The thing is, we do have Death Begets Life. Which, if we top deck Death Begets Life, we can cast it. So if they have no more non-creature spells and we can get them with a whale, then untap and Death Begets Life. Oh, because I can't beat a spell anyway. I need Jeskai Revelation to be their only spell. But they're good enough to not fall for that. There's no way I can win this if they're good. Yeah, the fourth Jeskai Revelation did indeed get us. try that again. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, Jeskai Rebel, like, the Jeskai Control deck, I do think Jeskai Control requires a bomb, but you only need one bomb in your 40 cards. So if your opponent's on Jeskai Control, you should assume they have a bomb. You have to hope it's not Jeskai Revelation. Like, the value... Oh, this is good. This is a really good hand. We'll keep this. Yeah, we want the Alchemist Assistant, and then the Attuned Hunter, and then our tap land. Yeah, like you hope that it's a Shiho or the damage prevent draw card. I could bluff attack here, but I don't think they value Sidisi enough. If I thought they valued Sidisi more, I could have made this attack and just hoped that they didn't block. There was a chance that they wouldn't. Oh, that is a really good turn 5, but only if I have a blue source. I could attack with the Alchemist Assistant just to get the Sidisi to block, to go the Attuned Hunter. I would have done that, except for there's now another Devotee over there. I think I am playing the Citadel and the Assistant, number 2. And then passing. This is where a Whale of War would be great. The lack of blue is becoming an issue. It's funny, I've always had the red. We're just gonna pass. We can't do much here. This becomes very, like, if we swing out, they block, we trample over 2, trade. So there's not a lot we can do from there. Teval is a scary, scary thing to see. Alright, 4, 5, 6, we need 2 more mana. Like, they don't have to cast any other spells. An island would be really great, it's true. We'll start attacking now to gain some life back. We can get this to a 5/5. We just have to survive until Death Begets Life happens. We're gonna check for a spell from them. Then I can attack and or knock out maneuver here and attack, and that gains 8. Looks like they're gonna try not to play any more spells this game if they can help it. An island lets me knock out maneuver and Riverwalk technique. I just know my heart's not there. This is very scary, but we have this spell, Death Begets Life. Destroy all creatures and enchantments, draw a card for each permanent destroyed this way. So if we play to that, we can make it work. Teval is a pretty scary mythic. We have the other Soul Time mythic. That's pretty good. Grab our island. Play our island. We can Roar of Endless Song, assuming they have a counterspell. Then next turn, if we draw the land, we get to Death Begets Life. If we don't, we get to Knockout Maneuver and Riverwalk technique. We're assuming that they count this. They can go up to an 8/8 here. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Put a counter on it up to an 8/8. I'm gonna attack with the Alchemist Assistant. So that means that they can't kill me with a with a Snakeskin Veil. They can't Snakeskin Veil the Teval and then double the counters. Oh, they might have me dead anyway. That's 9, 10, 11. If we try this turn, we have a pretty good shot of winning this game. 4/4 has lifelink too, but we're assuming they can kill it. I could have attacked with the 4/4 instead, but I needed a blocker. I kind of could have attacked with the 4/4 instead of the Alchemist Assistant. Alright, there's 8. If they have a kill spell, we'll die. That's fine. The Mythic on turn 4 is a lot. Yeah, that's fine. We weren't beating that. So close. The ball was just too strong for us. Yeah, if we were on the play, we could have won. Or if they didn't have to ball on the play, we could have won. I could have tucked the Deval with the Riverwalk instead of playing the 5/5, and that might have been better. But I really, like, if I have to expend too many resources, no, you're right. I should have just tucked Deval there with the Riverwalk, held it up. They didn't have Snakeskin Veil up. I was playing like they had Snakeskin Veil up, and they did not. So we have lost, but we have not lost due to our mana base yet. We can keep this. It's a little slow, but we have all our colors. That's new. Wooble. Yeah, I mean, if they had a counter spell, we lost anyway. The ball is just good. Ooh, that lets us play out our Attuned Hunter. So we want the Attuned Hunter for Wayfair. Yeah, but you know, I gotta stop treating this card like it's a huge threat late in the game. The card's good because if you play it on turn 4 or turn 5, it wins the game. But on turn 7 or 8, it's not quite as good. Oh. 1, 2, 3. Okay, they had to go to discard. That sucks. This feels like it may have been a bad keep for them. Cool. So we pick up a land. Do we want to Alchemist Assistant this turn? We don't need a second white source. We'll take a swamp. Yeah. No, you're right. I should have gone for a defensive play there. I should have played the Riverwalk because they would have put it on top and recast it. That's fine. Like if we play this Roar of Endless Song next turn and it resolves, we win the game. It's so hard to beat that. Yeah. Yeah, they don't win this. We get a Baron Step Siege. They probably have an Osseous Exhale. That's fine. I guess that's enough. That's enough interaction to keep this hand. They just kept the Twin Bolt, discarded something else. They could have killed all our creatures here.
I mean, I'll offer this trade. Oh, I can't roar because I don't have a blue source that isn't also my red source. Yeah, we'll just exhale. Can whale back these two. Yeah, once you're at this point of like just generally being defensive, there's not much they can do anymore. Like they can chump, but if they're playing a chump blocker every turn, they're gonna lose. We'll whale back. Toon Hunter Serpent. Just because Serpent is so likely to give us lethal next turn. Good game. There's not a lot they could do from there. There we go. We got our first one of this deck. What time is it? Probably gonna go. I'm trying to end at 7:30 today. If you're enjoying yourself, follow because I'm close to 2K followers and I would like 2K followers. We could keep this with a green source, but now with Swamp. This we can keep. Green, white, black, blue. That's all of our important colors. We putting back Envoy or Pummeler? I think I'd rather put back the Pummeler. To Mythic, I think I'm Diamond 2 right now. I haven't had much time to play. I played a lot today and a couple days ago. We'll Wayfair. Even if we whiff, it's not the end of the world. Because we want to get this Envoy down. I would like to not whiff. Bivouac. Well, Strategic Betrayal if they give us a good target. That's a good enough target. So I'm fine playing Trader Envoy as a format of 5/4. I would rather draw the card, but then you gotta make it work. Oh, I am at 1,906. We just passed 1,900 yesterday. Or I did a Marvel Rivals stream, which was surprisingly popular. I mean, I never broke like 15 viewers on it, but I got a lot of followers from it, which is kind of nice. I'm gonna keep working at that. I like streaming Rivals. We were expecting a counter spell. That's fine. We just kind of want to play our spells. I could wait until they put some counters here, but I kind of would rather curve out. So we'll just bounce this, keep pressure on. It's not a lot of pressure, but it's some. Thanks, Fina. Ooh. We'll attack here. I don't actually think I care about the Dragon Storm Globe being down. I just want a flyer down. It doesn't grow the Hunter. That only triggers on their turn. Like, I am scared of their late game plays, but a lot of their late game plays are like Karakit Guardian, with which Death Gorger trades with. Oh, I am scared of Eshki, though. Need a removal spell for her ASAP. Yeah, that's bad. I could Dragonstorm Globe, but I already have all my colors. We need to draw a non-land card. If I attack, Eshki cracks back for 6. I need to hold it here. Yeah, it's a good card. Eshki is a house. Oof. Yeah, I still have to offer this. I can't just let this beat on me. And it'll hit me a lot before I am able to kill an Eshki with it. Oof. We'll give your leopard a target, sure. We just need to draw a non-land card. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 lands. So we only have 7 lands left in our next 24. I think they got us. Eshki is so good. Even if I kill it now, I'm still taking 6. And they've already drawn too many cards. Alright, good game. I can't survive this. Because that's 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, and I can prevent 5 of it. Oof. Alright, let's do another draft. Oh. I mean, now they have to at least trigger Eshki to kill me. It's okay. We were on a trophy streak. We were on 5 trophies in a row, and then we were due for this. Take 14 minus 5. And die. Sorry, minus 4. Again. That wasn't a terrible deck. But we got out-rared because we're again. This weekend, by the way, okay, so since we got people here, this Saturday, I'm running a free Peasant Cube. Prizes will be entry into our paid tournaments. If you're a patron for thegathering.gg, you can also you also get additional prizes. Good stuff. What are we feeling? Stadium Headliner is great, but it's mostly an aggressive card. So like this kind of locks you into red-white. I guess you could do blue-red tempo too. Wildling, Rally the Monastery, Stadium Headliner are the ones we're looking at. Yeah, but we're doing it's free. You'll need common and uncommon wild cards. I've run Peasant Cube before, but it's been a while, so I'm updating it a lot. It's 11 a.m. my time, so if you want to play, hop in. You can DM me on Discord, or you DM me here, or we can do it. And that's also going to be the Arena Open. So I'm having a very long stream on Saturday. First, I'll be running it. I'm doing the Peasant Cube first, and then the Open. Peasant Cube is Saturday. Saturday the 17th. Yeah, I'll post the rules in just a second. What are we feeling? I think I'd rather be dragons. I'm going to take this Segu Wildling. I'll take the Dragon Storm. I'm feeling dragons. I'm in a dragon mood. Punished. I could try and enforce this Essence Anchor. I could take the Molten Exhale. Molten Exhale is just a good removal spell, especially if we're on dragons. I can try and table the Essence Anchor too. Like, if I had taken the Stadium Headliner, I'd be on Marshal of the Lost here really happily. It's just so good. But like Teamer Control or Jeskai Control are both things that I'm pretty interested in. Let's see if we can table this Essence Anchor or this Anok Wayfarer. We'll take the Molten Exhale. All right, so it's the 17th. Let me post it. All right, so this is our tournament. We are running this on Saturday. It is free to play. You'll need common and uncommon wild cards. If you follow this, you can go to the, let's see. There should be a link for the cube. Here we go. So you can click the link on there. Color Dragons or Teamer. I'm in a dragons mood. I kind of just want to force 5-color dragons. I know that's not responsible. I'm going to take the Armament Dragon. I can still play what I want to play now because we're not mythic yet, and I want to play 5-color dragons. So we're going to take this, hopefully table a Teamer Tawny back or Sargon's Resolve. Ooh, a Misty. Or a Wildling. I think Wildling is better than Misty. I think Skimmer is better than either of them. We're going to take Kishless Skimmer Ooh, dragons though. There's dragons in this pack. I'm gonna take the Sega Wildling. I'm being dragons. Essence Anchor, Bloodfell Caves, Sorrowed Pack Beast. We're gonna take the Essence Anchor. I want to play the Essence Anchor deck too. Blue-green base, 5-color dragons with a graveyard mechanic. We passed that Kishla Skimmer though. That's gonna make it really tough. Sweep is pretty good in this style of deck. Just dig and play your dragon. I don't think it's worth taking the Boulderborn Dragon. I do like Twin Bolt in this style of deck, but I think it's too early. I think we still want to be on synergy cards. Backwater, Roamer's Routine. We're going to take the Exhale, Molten Exhale. Otherwise, Descended is solid. Roamer's Routine is solid. Backwater is good. Nomad Outpost. We're taking it over Stormstreak, Feral, and Thornwood Falls. It makes 3 colors. I want those colors. Swiftwater Cliffs, Anok Wayfair. So it would normally be the Cliffs, but I think with an Essence Anchor and I'm trying to table the other Essence Anchor, I want the Wayfair. And I won't, like, that's a bad pick of the other Essence Anchor. It isn't mine, pick 10 or 11. Elder's not terrible. We'll take a Twin Bolt. I don't really want the second Twin Bolt, but I'll play the first one. Oh, I'll take another Wayfair. I love Riverwalk technique here, but Wayfair is just kind of what we're looking for. We didn't get the Essence Anchor back. That's sad. We'll take this Focus the Mind, though. Focus the Mind's great in this style deck. Late Tawny back. This card's not likely to make the cut, but it could. Last pick, Night Watch. Ooh, Felithar is very strong. Green, white, black is a little tough, though. It does kind of put us on, like, we are a green, white, black deck if we take the Felithar. We're just splashing 2 Molten Exhales and 2 blue cards. That's so awkward. I'd rather splash the Armament Dragon, be base teamer. I'm really considering Felithar anyway. It's just so strong. I'm going to take the Blizzard. Change my mind. Felithar. Ooh, there's a reason to be dragons. Dragonologist it is. Blossoming Sands would be the pick otherwise, or Formation Breaker. Hey, Ooze. It is. It's all Litwicks. I love these Pokemon shirts. Yeah, we're covered in Litwicks. I love this shirt. We'll take the Dragonologist. I want to be 5-color dragon still. Okay, so hang on. I'll grab one in a second. Maelstrom is so good for us, but I think we need the removal spell and Piercing Exhale more. Yeah, so the eyes are messed up. So it only works on the stream shirt. Let's see. Riverwalk Technician. Sorrowed Skirmish only works with Felithar, but it's really good with Felithar. I think every pick from here on out needs to be fixing. Evolving Wilds over Skirmish. Actually, Dragon Sniper is really good for us. I think it's still going to be the Evolving Wilds. We really need the fixing in this deck. There's not a lot we can afford to take over fixing. Even if we're only splashing our Abzan cards. Aggressive Negotiations, Boulderborn, or Ice Climber. This is a good Ice Climber deck. Bad current deck. Champion of Doosan. This is a good Champion of Doosan deck. It's an okay worthy cost deck. Dragonclaw Strike or Alchemist Assistant? We're going to take the Dragonclaw Strike. That's great for us. 5-color dragon, right. Yeah, so the eyes are all a little off. That's how they get away with it. They're not quite Litwicks. Yeah, we might not be running Felithar either. It's worth it, I think, if we don't end up running it, for a teamer with a little bit of black and white. We'll take a Night Watch. Late Formation Breaker. Awesome. We tabled the Maelstrom. Awesome. We need a good dragon for this to be good. Something like a Meringue River Regent. Doesn't have to be quite at that level. We might end up playing the Brushmaster if our mana is good enough. And then Messenger has a place too. I have summoned it and it appeared. Hey, look, best rare in the set. That's what you need from Maelstrom the Spirit Dragon to be good. No, it's on purpose. Dragons has been achieved. This is a really good Roma's Routine deck. We just need a little looting. Looting is what makes Roma's Routine good. But I will play Roma's Routine really happily in this deck. All right, Segu Pummeler, Trawlers picks up. We have spells for Trawlers. You need spells. That's what Trawlers takes, is spells. Ooh, Trawlers is really good, but I think we just need lands. No, because if we do just end up on Teamer, like if we cut all of our non-Teamer cards, I'm okay. I'm happy. And our mana is good if we're just Teamer. This is our chopping block. Dragonfire Blade. Great card. I don't know that it's better than Evolving Wilds for us right now. Yeah, unfortunate. All right, it might be. It might be. If red's a splash, what does our deck look like? 21, 28. Oh, we just need it. As good as the Stormbrood is, Wildling is more important, and it's better for us than Teamer Monument, although not by very much. Another Armament Dragon. Or a Piercing Exhale. We need the Piercing Exhale more. If we're very lucky, we'll get back a land or a dragon. I don't think we will, but it can happen. I kind of like Pummeler here, just to have a medium power creature to hold the ground. Otherwise, it would be Champion. I don't like Dragon Hunt. I don't think this card is good unless you have cards, a lot of cards that care about leaving the graveyard. We do have an Essence Anchor. We can splash those. We might splash Felithar. It's more about the creatures and permanents we have to sacrifice for Felithar to be good. All right, we've got 2 Wayfarer. Skimmer is really good. I think it's better even than Highlands here. Yeah. Skimmer's just very good. We've got our Trawlers. The black lets us play Gurmag Night Watch. I would play the Leopard if we had some Roamer's Routines. Roamer's Routine, I think, is still better for us than the Dismal Backwater, because the ramp is so relevant. Volcats are just a good card. I think I'd rather have the Cliffs. Yeah. I like Wingspan Stride in this deck. We're just likely to have some mana up. Is this a Rite of Renewal deck? It could be. I'm a lot more willing to play Rite of Renewal when I have a Rain River Regent. I need something at least as strong as that. All right, I like this. All right, we'll play a couple games here, and then I gotta call it a night. I gotta be done by 8, or my dog's gonna yell at me. We get to cut a land because we have 2 wildlings and a roamer's routine. People caught on to the monument style decks. All right, what do we have that triggers? Skimmer and Anchor. Trawler, Champion, Roamer's routine. That's not quite enough. All right, we're gonna go ahead and cut the Armament Dragon. Well, we've got Maelstrom and Nomad Outpost. Nomad Outpost. Yeah. We'll keep the Maelstrom. We will cut the Armament Dragon. That way we don't have to run the plains. We're good with 1 mountain, 2 wilds, wildlings. We'll cut the Nomad Outpost because we cut all the white cards. All right, I mean, that's pretty good. We get to cut 1 land. We'll come down a mountain. That's our removal. Twin Bull, Molten Exhales. We don't have enough triggers for the Essence Anchor. Come down 1 of the Night Watch, possibly both. $16 lands, 2 wildlings, and a roamer's routine. I like that. 2 wayfarers. We might be able to do 15 lands. It's a little too greedy, though. We can come down to Stride. We are good at digging for the region. I can use 16 lands, 41 cards with all the card draw we have. Let's run it. All right. 1 or 2 games, we'll call it a day. I gotta take my pup. He's not happy with me. I made him wait. Ooh, John Likes Games is streaming. I haven't seen him in a while. No. No, I did not, Lala. Oh, maybe we can go see Sims. I haven't seen Sims in a bit. This is a good hand. Wayfarer and a Dragonologist or Tawny back. Based on what the Wayfarer hits, I like it. There's lots of value creatures, and Twin Bolt if they're aggro. I think I actually want to be attacking. I can even decline to attack for 3 next turn. Well, Wayfarer. I think we do want the land. We just want card advantage here. No attacks. We can Tawny back next turn. Forest Tawny back, loot away an island. And then we can Dragonologist, dig for our Meringue River Regent. Which even at this stage is going to be devastating. We've got creature and instant that we can Trawler for. Oops. Oops has been declared. Making things difficult over there. So if I attack, they just block here. If I attack... Let's Dragonologist. See what we can dig for. I could have gotten the Focus the Mind too. Should have attacked first, because then they wouldn't know about the Dragonologist. I'm not going to play the Regent yet either. I'm just going to let them know about it. Blue, blue. Exile a creature card. Pick up a piercing exhale. No tax. They really want to be able to counter this Meringue River Regent here. And they're gonna do nothing for a bit, which means that as long as I'm developing my resources in other ways, we'll be fine. I'm gonna let this happen. And then with the Endure on the stack, target a creature I control and the Earth Carver because it's got reach. Behold. And now they get to choose. Ooh. I'll pick up I'll play the Night Watch after the Regent. Alright. So they still make the 3/3. But now when I play my Meringue River Regent, I get to bounce it. And we're gonna just bounce their token and my Quiche Trawlers. And then Quiche Trawlers is gonna pick up the Piercing Exhale. Yeah, you can target your own things with Meringue River Regent in addition to your opponent's things. It's very silly. All right, last game, and then we'll go find Sims. I'll finish this up on our next stream, which might be tomorrow. I'll know soon. The Regent is very silly. It's the time for the clogs. Think we can keep this. So on the play we can, on the draw, I would not. Yeah, if you want to do Peasant Cube, it's free, it's really fun, and if you're enjoying the stream, you'll enjoy Peasant Cube. It's this Saturday. Peasant Cube this Saturday. I could even wait a turn to Evolving Wilds with this hand, see if I can hit a blue source or a black source. I think I'm going to do that. I would like to turn 3 Night Watch if possible. No, that's too likely that I draw a 2-drop I want to resolve. And I can't actually fetch a swamp, actually, in this deck. Just Forest Island Mountain. Yeah, we'll get our 4/2 down this turn. Try and get a Piercing Exhale off before it dies so we can Trawlers. I'm looking at the Final Fantasy spoilers. There's some cool ones. Why is the core Co-URL? Co-URL? Why does it have non-enchantment creatures? Vincent Valentine is cool. I don't want to get 2 for 1 when I piercing exhale. I think I'm okay trading this off if they block it though. I'm gonna piercing exhale the bear while it's still my turn, but we'll deal damage first. There's no shock at instant speed. And we'll pass. If they were a more controlling deck, I would wait until their turn. But I'm okay if they spend their mana just to make this a little bit bigger. I'll still trade with it in a bit. I'll grab a mountain, play the pummeler. Oh no, punished! Punished in a big way. I can fill it, I can shovel it in their lands, which is funny. Ow. Taking 6, going to 10. We're in the danger zone now. Ursa does a good work. We'll go get a mountain. Pummeler pass. I can pick up 2 lands with a right of renewal. It's not good, but I can do it. Probably playing out the Tommy back next. Nightwatch is functionally very similar, though. Your hope ends here and your meaningless existence with it. The flavor text for Seymour Flux. I like that's brutal. Their attacks aren't good right now. Until they can take out the pummeler. Oof, they can take out the pummeler. They're taking 3. It's in Final Fantasy. We can trade here. A land would be great. Thank you, deck. Now I can trawlers to pick up my piercing exhale. We'll get rid of the pummeler. It's gonna be a long time before I have the mana to do that. I probably should have done this while they were tapped out. If they have instance removal, I will die because of that oversight, and that's okay. I'm tired. I play so much worse when I'm tired. I think I'd rather deal with the Descendant. Even if I'm taking an extra point this turn. Okay. They are out of gas. That doesn't mean we're safe. They can Dragon Fire me for lethal. Gain a life. Throw the Tawny back. That way I can block the forebear safely. They gain me for 1, but then they can't kill me with the Dragon Fire. Or they can top deck a removal spell and kill me. Oof! All right, that's fine. We're gonna go see Sims. He's another good drafter. He's a great person to learn from. Be sure to ask him lots of questions. That's what it takes to get the good stuff out of Sims. All right, that's all I got time for today. Let's see. Tomorrow we are doing some Eternal card game. I'll do some more Magic too if I'm up for it. Chantarina forgot to do the counterspell thing. Sorry. Saturday we are doing. You're welcome. Squirrel Bunny, I'm so sorry. You caught us right at the end. We're on our way to go see Sims. He's a good guy though. But really quick before you go, we are doing a free Peasant Cube tournament this Saturday. It's my Peasant Cube. It's free. Thank you so much for the follow, Bunny. I'm sorry about the timing, but I gotta get going. But we're gonna go see Sims. Sims is great. And if you are free this Saturday, we're doing Peasant Cube. It's gonna be a lot of fun. I'll finish up this draft possibly tomorrow before Eternal. All right, I'm so sorry. That is all I got time for today. Check out the Peasant Cube tournament if you can. Squirrel, thank you. Before we go, everybody do check out Squirrel. What are you doing today, Squirrel? You were playing Saints Row the Third recently? That's great. What were you doing today? You too. Here. You should play Peasant Cube this weekend. It's good content too. Like, that's why I'm hosting the Peasant Cube. All right. I will see everybody tomorrow for Eternal. I will draft the rest of this draft before it. Good night, everybody. I'll see you later. Sorry for the timing, Squirrel. I really do appreciate it, though. Everybody check out Squirrel. They are indeed a squirrel, and I respect that.